keep holding on until we break the spell. Free yourself, reach for the light in darkness and despair. If there comes a time when you are falling down, I'll be your savior. Don't need to be afraid, don't need to look away. You'll never be alone, let's show them that we're here to stay. Fight for a paradise, fight for our lives. So keep holding on until we break the spell. Let the truth reveal itself in this chaos. Jordan, fight for a paradise, fight for our lives. So keep holding on until we break the spell. Free yourself, reach for the lights in darkness and despair. If there comes a time when you are falling down, I'll be your savior. I'll be your savior.
Welcome, everyone. How's everybody doing? How's it going? Ayo! Ayo's here. Stitch is here. Junior was here. I know maybe somebody's not here, but that was here earlier. Sorry it took a little bit long. I'm a little late, I think. Yeah, I'm a minute late. I'm sorry, all right? I'm sorry. 1 whole minute late. I'm sorry. Hey, what's up, Junior? What's going on, buddy? So what are you guys up to? Did you have a good week? I had a great week. It was a really, really good week. As you can see, we got Link's Awakening released on the Switch. I think it's amazing. It's like an emotional game for me. 'Cause I remember, playing it on the original Game Boy. And I've always thought it's one of I actually thought it was probably the third best Zelda, compared to the first one. For me was always the original, and then Link's Awakening, and now Breath of the Wild is above them both. But I still think it's an amazing game, and I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to what people have been saying about it and about the performance. Even though it got like incredible scores, it got like, I think it's still, hold on one second. I think it's still an 88 on Metacritic. Let's check it real quick. Because sometimes critics scores has come in the next couple days after.
Hello.
Let's check the score real quick. 88. Wow. I think it started with an 86 or 87. That's impressive. Look at that. The user score is 8.8 and the meta score is 88. Perfect. It's a great game. I will say though that it does have some stuttering to it, man, and it's kind of like it doesn't mess with the gameplay, like frame issues, like frame pacing. It doesn't mess with the gameplay, but it does mess with the immersion. In my opinion, maybe some people say they don't notice it at all. I find it hard to believe you don't notice it at all. Like you gotta be able to notice it. I know, like Stitch is one that you say you don't notice, right? 60 to 30 FPS. Digital Age. Oh, dude, wait. Let me hook up the Discord. Hold on. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to talk on it, but. Are you there? Are you on Discord? Oh, there we go. How's it going, Mark?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
How you feeling, buddy?
A bit lighter.
Yeah. Let's see. Junior says, excited. Tonight we're having a Smash Bros. Match with friends. Oh, nice. Put your headset on. Think Game Talk. There we go. I got it on. So, yeah, man. How was that for you? Was it? I mean, do you
It
want to
was.
do you want to talk about it? If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to talk about it.
It's okay. It was a local anaesthetic, so I was awake while it was done.
Oh no! I would have said put me to sleep, knock me out.
Well,
Get
they
one of
only do
those
that
big
in
Looney
very
Tunes hammers and knock me out. Okay.
no, they only do that in very rare cases because like general anaesthetic can come with risks and complications. So they
Got it.
give you 3 injections around that area. Didn't feel a thing,
Mm.
but I was wide awake. Yeah, it was over in about 40 minutes, and I have to go back in about 3 weeks to have another operation because the nerves are still firing because they think it's still there. So they have to tie off the
Oh
nerves.
man, I'm sorry that happened to you, man. But
Am I?
did you did you get were you able to pick up Link's Awakening?
I did not. No,
No,
not
are you
yet.
not interested in it or?
Wasn't I had 3 limited edition Switch games on pre-order at Amazon, and about a month ago I looked and they'd cancelled all of them. And apparently it was my fault, but it wasn't my fault. But no, I want to get it, and I will get it, despite all the Twitter comments about people saying this is a top-down game. How come it's stuttering on Switch? And I'm like,
Oh,
see how
okay.
beautiful the
It's a top-down game. That I'm not saying I'm not blaming like I'm not blaming like I'm not saying that it's too simple. You know, like I can't believe some people are saying that because it's gorgeous. I mean, I don't know if you guys are okay with me playing a little bit. If you're not, well then spoiler alert because I'm about to play a little bit, so you guys can see. Um,
yes, it's a top-down game, but I'm telling you now. And Shadow Fox actually put this on Twitter. We're not tech heads. We don't know what's going on under the hood.
no, I
But
do know it looks
it
beautiful. It looks gorgeous. So
could be that it is pushing the Switch harder than some games, or it could just be it hasn't been optimized properly, and they can patch that.
can't
There's
see it 'cause it's
people
so green.
that are fake tech heads that are putting this on Twitter, this and that, and I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about.
No, no, I don't agree with that. I think that the game is a beautiful
Is it
looking game, man.
ruining?
It's
Is it ruining your playing of it?
it's it's not ruining my playing. I wouldn't say it's like I would give this game right now I think I might give it a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for that.
Really?
I really do
Oh,
think
if it wasn't for that.
if it wasn't for that. But because
In the state, yeah.
it's not messing with my gameplay experience, but it is messing with my immersion a little bit. I can't say that word. Immersion. It's messing with my immersion a little bit cuz I don't just slightly, but it happens so often. That's why it's messing with my immersion. Like if it were just to happen in one area, and that'll be fine. It wouldn't mess with me. But because it's happening so often, and it's very slight, it's very subtle. You know.
That's very strange because both IGN and I think it's Nintendo Enthusiast, I think, said it happens so rarely that you don't even notice it. It happens.
Not for me, but again, I'm paying close attention to it. You know, maybe they're not noticing, or maybe I'm noticing too much. But like right now, we haven't seen anything. But maybe it's also, you know what it is. Also, I haven't played this game in a long time, so I've been going around in circles a lot because I forgot like how to do certain things, and I don't want anybody to tell me, but because I want to figure out myself. So I have been going around the same areas quite a lot. So maybe that's what's going on. Is I keep going around those same areas. But look at this game. I mean, it's beautiful, man. It's like when I first clicked it on, I seriously got teared up because it was just so it's I mean the music, the you know everything about this game, the changes that they made that's why I mean it's a must buy either way. It's an incredible game either way, but it could have been an absolute perfect masterpiece if it wasn't for that. Which still they could still fix it, you know, with a patch or something, you know.
thing is, this is a Nintendo first-party games, and we're not used to this from a first-party game. And quite often, if you get frame hiccups in a game, it's because of a memory leak somewhere in the code, and that can be usually fixed.
Yeah,
Like I
somebody
say, we
said
don't know
something
what's
about
going on.
that. Somebody said something about a memory leak, and that it's an easy fix. And I had this conversation earlier with a guy today. I mean, he seemed pretty nice. He's a nice person, but he was saying that this game is not worth $60 because you only get 15 hours of game time with it. And
No, that's ridiculous.
you know, on average, by the way, which is the Link's Awakening average for the original one is 15 hours, but they have added stuff to this game that look collectibles and stuff that might, you know, bring that average up. But even at 15 hours, it's a condensed that from start to finish, it's a condensed experience. That's just a lot of fun, you know. And look, I mean, look at the water effects. I mean, look, yeah.
You're looking at if you played it for 15 hours, you're looking at £4 or $4 an hour. Is
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
value for money?
And he said he put the analogy of a movie, right? He said if you were to go to a movie theater and see a 30-minute movie, would you not be angry that you paid that money? And that doesn't exist. You can't films generally speaking, they're only considered films if they're at least 80 minutes. So that would never happen. 80 minutes does happen. I mean, especially with like kids movies. An hour and a little bit, it does happen. It happens quite frequently, actually. You know, and you see right there. You saw it was like very slight, but it was like it was like it went up to 60 and then went down back to 45 or 30 and then zooms back up to 60. And that's what I'm talking about. You know, there's the slight hiccups that kind of and maybe and you know, everybody's different. Maybe it doesn't bother other people. It bothers me a little bit. And I'm not someone that like it has to be 60 FPS. I'm not like that. Or it has to be a certain FPS, but as long as it's a stable, you know, FPS, then it's fine. Then that shouldn't take you out of the immersion of the game. You know, the stuttering. And if
I've been playing a lot of Grid Auto Sport, and when I put it on performance mode, they say it's 60 frames per second, and it is. Although every now and then, it usually happens when there's no other cars on the screen, just you. It'll dip to maybe 55, 56. Don't mind. It really doesn't bother me.
Yeah, that's not a bad dip at all. Like Junior Nintendo says Amiibo looks awesome. Dude, this Amiibo, I was gonna say, first of all, I saw someone do this, and I'm an idiot for never thinking about it. But I saw someone do this on Twitter. They and again, maybe I wasn't, but they cut around here and they were able to save the little, you know, it's a pretty cool way to save your Amiibos and to set them up. I didn't really think of that. But yeah, he's really cool, man. He's like one of the coolest Amiibo.
Was that like $12 or more?
Yeah, $12. It's just standard Amiibo.
That's not bad.
No, Stitch says it's so good. I really hope the Oracle games get a similar treatment. Wait a minute. Did they confirm? Did they say? Oh, you're just hoping that they will. Me too. I mean, me too. They need to put both games like on one cartridge. Somehow they need to. I don't think they can release two separate games. You know, I think they need to put two games. I love the little details, like Link's charge up to dash with a Pegasus boots. I haven't got the Pegasus boots yet because I forgot how to get them. I don't want to. I don't want to. Anybody tell me, but I haven't seen an idle animation though. Kind of surprised there.
Yeah. Saw Clock Tits put a Twitter up earlier post about his daughter, and I replied. I was like, I'm actually quite jealous of your daughter because this is the first time she's playing it, so everything is new. Yes, it's a remake and it looks beautiful, but those of us that have played it before know what's coming, kind of thing. But she's seeing it brand new, fresh, never played it before. So exciting, man.
Yeah, it's a really good Zelda game, and it's such a weird Zelda game, you know, because there's like Mario characters in it and stuff. Like it's weird, man. Oh, you mean like just a
and
standard?
It gets kind of dark.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it does. You mean the standard, like this, like he's just sitting there, the idle animation? Yeah, it's so. And so this person, on Twitter, they were saying that, and I told him, hey, if you want to talk about this, like, just come on the stream. Like, I rather much have a discussion than over Twitter, because sometimes words, the way that you say them can appear differently. I'm not trying to be
Yeah,
hostile or anything, and he couldn't.
yeah, it doesn't come across correctly.
Yeah, and he couldn't. He wanted to, but he couldn't. He's got stuff to do. So, um, but I think to a certain extent, I could see what they're saying. They're trying to look at it from a value sense, but really, it's not. It's not, because I've played a lot of games where they are bloated, and they are filled with just a lot of time-consuming things that don't necessarily give you more value. If you feel like you got more value for it, it just ran up the clock. You know what I mean? Where a small 15, 20, even 25, 30-hour experience, but it's a very fulfilling experience, and you had fun the whole way, and it was a unique experience, and then you move on and you go play something else. I'd much rather have that than something that's kind of bloated.
I mean, this game is the perfect game for Super Metal Dave, because he's doing a video with new evidence and this game is part of the evidence why a Switch Pro is coming. Also, some sharp LCD screens. But yes, this game not running properly is also evidence that a Switch Pro is coming.
So wait, so wasn't Yoshi then evidence? Wasn't Kirby's the last Kirby game evidence? Because they also didn't run, because it's not. It's the graphical style. Like, this takes up a lot. Look at all the stuff that's moving on screen. Look at all the different lighting effects. I mean, there's a lot going on here that people, to get it to that look. And again, the Switch is not super powerful, but it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be super powerful to get. I got scared for a second. They're like, oh no, this guy's gonna get me. Like, no, he's good.
Drives me crazy, because the Switch, 11 watts. What does your Xbox or PlayStation do with 11 watts? Doesn't even turn on.
It doesn't turn on. Yeah, it's yeah. So to say it's not powerful, it's silly, because for a handheld, it's one of the most powerful handhelds.
It's immensely powerful.
Yeah, even being almost 3 years old, it's still one of the best, handheld. Show me another, handheld system for $200 that can play these games. That can play a Doom Eternal. That can play a game like this. That can play any of those games. Show me another $200 handheld. That a gaming handheld system. And there might be something like, oh, I missed this. There might be something out there, but are you going to get all the Nintendo games on it? You're not. So this is,
And the only thing that's probably going to do it is some cell phone, some really obscure cell phone from a company no one's ever heard of, that's got a fairly decent processor and GPU and like 6 gigs of RAM. But then you're stuck with touch controls unless you put it into a special holder with a controller.
Which you got the lag. Then you got the lag input with those, because no matter what they have, they still have the lag input. Those Bluetooth ones,
Yeah, of course they will, because it's Bluetooth. People think Bluetooth is instant. There has to be lag, because it's traveling through space to another device. There has to be a delay.
Yep. Stitch says, I haven't seen. Oh, he says, what's the stuff about a complaint with the Switch screen? I don't know. I've never heard of this until recently. I've never heard of
there's evidence that Nintendo is switching to it's called an IGZO type screen by Sharp. Technology actually.
Give me 1 second. You see right here, this little. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but this little transition from this screen to that screen, there was some. Oh, there it is. You see that stuttering? Just slight stuttering, man. Again, the whole, from what I've played, it's filled a lot with that. It doesn't take away from the actual gameplay, all right? And like I said, I would still rate this like a 95. But to say that it does not exist in this game, or that it's incredibly, it's non-existent, It's not true. It's there. It's there.
You can't say it doesn't exist.
No. Can they fix it? Of course they could fix it. Does it matter that much to it? No. But I've seen already some people say, oh, you guys are making this. You're blowing out of proportion. No one's blowing out of the proportion. No, I mean, I haven't seen anybody blowing it out of proportion. Maybe there are people saying this game is garbage because of a few frame rates. And then those people are obviously, tilted to one side. But to say that it doesn't exist, people tend to gravitate towards one side or the other, extreme sides. They can't just look at things, in the middle. Yeah, it does have a little bit of frame rate. Does it make a big deal? No, it's not that big of a deal.
God of War on PS4 had frame rate issues. No one complained about that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure.
Stitch said, "I've noticed that the stutter seems to happen only in those transition areas, but it's not a big deal to me."
Yeah, it's funny. It's still a huge upgrade from the original, because for the original, whenever you transition screens, it was like, you know what I'm talking about? So it's like,
yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to talk about, and I hate to give this troll some like, and I know you guys have seen this, give me 1 second. This guy that's trolling, I wanted to talk to you about this actually.
Hang on, I will be back in 2 minutes. I've got to make a cup of tea because I've got to take some tablets. I will be back in 2 minutes.
All right, no problem. Go ahead.
I walk very fast.
Okay, so you guys have seen this, right? This guy. Oh my God! What a negative, awful tweet, man. What a terrible tweet. Terrible take. Says this is. And I'm sure you got everybody that's watching this. I'm sure you've seen it somewhere or another. Maybe not, but this guy, and it's just blowing up. As you can see, like it started blowing up. And there's a reason for that. It says video games are the absolute worst loser habit you could have. Hours and hours spent on ultimately useless skill. Sitting and getting fatter and weaker and skinnier and paler. Completely impaired social skills. Video games make you a bottom tier subhuman. Oh my goodness. I was watching some kids play Mortal Kombat yesterday. The mall I was at had a video game area. I wanted to play. There's no denying that games are perfectly engineered to please your brain. Okay, first of all, what mall were you at that they were playing Mortal Kombat at an arcade at a mall? That doesn't happen anymore. I don't think that's real. I think that he doesn't want to admit that he was watching YouTube or watching Twitch or somebody play a game. I think that's it, but okay. What astounding is how hundreds and thousands of hours can be invested in something that makes you a worse version of yourself. Years of playing an artificial character, zero life accomplishment, but you feel like you did something is truly evil. But some people make money. Herder, you're still skinny, fat, weak, that. Oh yeah, you got a respective army of pale zombies with no muscle mass and 23% body fat. Emperor of men who breathe through their mouth. What an accomplishment. Come tell me what a man you are for playing video games. Are you stronger? Are you faster? Are you bigger? You're making money and living life in the real world? No. Oh wait, our accomplishments can be wiped out by deleting an account. BS yourself as much as you like. Watch every weak dork come up and hurt feelings about this. You know how this thing is. Peak delusion. You gotta engrave your tombstones with your high score. Okay. And the only reason I'm bringing that up is because, like, yeah. What a dumb take, man. That's like, okay. And then this is the thing. What's funny is, you know what he does for a living? He's selling weight loss supplements or weight loss, whatever. That's what he does. So he's a trolling on purpose to get all this attention. And what's the one thing that you control? What does everybody do? I don't care who you are. You play video games. Everybody, very small percentage of people don't play video games. Maybe some old school, like my parents don't play video games, right? And I'm sure some of your parents play, but some do. I know my wife's mom plays video games, and it's not always just, with a Switch or with an Xbox or with a PlayStation. If you're playing on your cell phone, you're playing Candy Crush. Guess what? You're playing a video game. So it's so dumb. And you know, this is something that like the video game industry has now surpassed like movies and also even the music industry as far as like how much money they make. So what do you do with something? If you want to get attention, you want to be a jerk and you want to be someone that gets attention. What do? You just kind of cast the widest net that you can and try to hurt feelings as much as you can. Try to cause controversy by saying that stuff. I don't think he believes it at all. I don't think he believes it at all because he knows it's not true. I wish my parents played games. They'd be a lot cooler. I know, mine too. Hey, never. They're always coming. What are you doing with the tiki? What are you doing with your tiki? Oh, hey. They call it, everything I've ever had when I would live there. Everything I ever had was Nintendo. It doesn't matter if it was a Sega. It doesn't matter. Ah, you play Nintendo. No. This is a PlayStation 2. It's not a Nintendo. You play Nintendo. Hey, tiki. Yeah, and you know, it's funny because I just find that so many people. But guess what? It worked. It worked because no matter how bad and how awful that opinion is, he got what he wanted. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody has an opinion on it, you know. And that's what he wanted because no matter, he casted the widest net possible. And even though most people will be like, this guy's a jerk, there's going to be some people who are like, oh, what is he selling? Oh, and click on it and then buy stuff. And that's ultimately was his goal. And yeah, I just wanted to know what you guys thought about that. And Mark are you back? No, Mark is not back. And yeah, that's ridiculous, man. And Boom says this is one of the most inaccurate and uneducated posts I think I've ever read. You're a foolish individual on so many levels. It's embarrassing. But see, you don't. Yeah, I mean, I agree with him. I agree with Boom, you know. But at the same time, it's he knows what he's doing. This is all. He's just being a troll. I'm going to add to this bait. See, at least this guy realizes it's bait. Get off your high horse. Built a career from nothing, pulling close to 6 figures. It took about 20 years to build. Gave my mother her own place for making sure I was taken care of as a child. I will continue playing my games. Thanks. But he knows, man. He knows. My older sister once called the Nintendo PlayStation wheel. The Nintendo PlayStation wheel. Because she knew nothing about games. That's good. Maybe if they would have gone in with the Super Nintendo, maybe that would have been a reality. The Nintendo PlayStation wheel. Wouldn't that be alternate? I would like to visit that alternate universe where Nintendo and PlayStation merged and created. I think if that would have happened, I think Microsoft still would have gotten in the game because things like that just don't happen overnight. I'm sure even back in the Super Nintendo era was yeah, of course Microsoft was big. They were thinking about it. I'm sure they must have been. They saw the other, you know, the Sega doing it. They must have thought about it. And I wonder if they would have gone in it and that would have been like Nintendo, PlayStation, and then versus Microsoft. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Sega wouldn't have died off. A lot of people have lost weight playing Pokemon Go. Oh, for sure, man. For sure. Pokemon Go is amazing. Yeah.
Downstairs making a cup of tea and all I can hear through my headset is Coloco.
Is Coloco? Awesome. Oh, me? Oh, did you... Wait, so you heard everything what I was saying?
Couldn't make it out, but I could actually hear it. I'm like, wow,
okay.
My headset really that loud?
So you've seen that guy posting, right? That the video, the guy saying that all video game, everybody that plays video games are losers and video games are like the worst. You've seen that, right? That's going around.
Don't think I have actually.
Okay, wait. Can you see it now on my screen?
Hang on.
No. There we go. Was I really reading that? Oh no, I did. I read that. Yeah, you guys saw what I was. So yeah. So I'm sure you've seen this. Video games are the worst loser habit you could have. I'm not going to read the whole thing over again. Hours and hours spent on ultimately useless skills, sitting and getting fatter and weaker and skinnier and paler, completely impaired social skills. Video games make you bottom tier subhuman. What do you think of
Wow.
that? What a wonderful take, huh? That guy's just full of positivity. And then when you click on his thing, I saw somewhere today that what he's doing is selling like weight loss stuff. But you see, that's I mean, people are gonna think that, man. It's like, it's whatever. But see, this is what I don't understand. This is another point that I wanted to talk about. Like, he's taking away video games and singling them out. Why not movies? All right, so like, what do movies? I mean, what does movies do for you? What I mean, you could say, well, documentaries teach you stuff. Okay, but there are also games that teach you stuff, that teach little kids things. There's a historical games. I learned a lot of history through just playing Age of Empires. So there's that's taking a small percentage of something like film and movies and saying, see, this small percentage is beneficial. What about like the 98%, which is just entertainment? That's it. What about music? What about music? What does music teach us? What is music good for? Oh yeah, there's some music that classical music. If you play it for kids when they're growing up, that it kind of develops their brain. That's what I've heard, anyways. That could be possible, but again, that's one small aspect of music. So what about the rest of music? It's all entertainment. So video games are entertainment just as well. So what he's saying is, because you chose video games as your main source of entertainment, you guys are losers. It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. And I mean, video games, it's proven that video games activates, I think it's up to 4 parts of your brain and keeps them active. And also it teaches you and helps improve your hand to eye coordination. Control, obviously. And like you say, there are games that teach you about things. There are games that can actually teach you, like rhythm games, that can teach you about rhythm and things like that. And there's historical games. You can't just, he said, he's just rounding games up as a whole and just saying video games are bad.
Right. He just wants attention. That's it, man. Someone's so hungry for attention that they have to go and cast a wide net like that. Stitch says true. Then there's stuff like Kinect, Wii Fit, and now the Ring. The Ring. Oh, and Junior says this is a really good point. Plus, in many senior citizen places, they put Wii games so they can exercise both physically and mentally. This is very
really
true.
Good point.
Really good point. Hold on a second. I have a Ring.
How many, when the Wii was at its height, how many old people's homes and things like that had Wiis, and the people living there was doing exactly what Junior Nintendo said. They were in thousands of those kind of homes in the UK, in America, and other countries. So it's a broad and stupid statement to make. And Koloko's right. I think he's just looking for attention. It was on his Twitter. I don't know.
How can they say video games can't get you big, man? Look at this. Ugh, with my Ring. Ugh.
Oh my Lord!
I literally just got big. Just doing a few of these.
Oh, that's what you used in that video, wasn't it? Where did you get that from?
What, this?
The muscle shirt thing.
This? I bought it off of Amazon.
Jeez.
Yeah. So yeah, here's my what is it called? Ring Fit? My Ring Fit. I took it from an irrigation thing. I made a Ring Fit. 2-minute abs by Nintendo. Yeah, look at these babies. Look at these. Ugh. Ugh. All right, I'm gonna go the rest of the day with my muscle shirt on. Oh yeah, look at that. All right. Are we gonna play some Risk of Rain or what?
I'll join you shortly because where I have to sit to play with in my Switch, it's a bit uncomfortable. And at the moment, I'm really comfortable sitting at my PC. Let my tablets take effect, and I should be able to join you.
Oh, okay. All right. In that case, I don't know. Let's look at You know
Oh,
what?
and by the way, I can't remember the name of the person. Their gamer tag who won Astral Chain. That was sent this morning. I do apologise. Like I was in hospital. I was going to send it before, but I didn't get around to it. But it was sent this morning.
Oh, thank you so much. That was Trizina, which is Joe's finest. So
That's it.
or
That's
Skate's
it.
finest.
Yep.
Not Joe's finest. Skate's finest.
That's it.
He's got like
Jet
three different names. I shouldn't say anything because I have like three different names as well. So, let's look at some news, man. Let's look at some Nintendo news, top stories. I always go to Go Nintendo. Go Nintendo is is like the greatest place for Nintendo news.
Yeah, I must admit I use Go Nintendo quite a bit.
Celeste Devs shoot down sequel plans, discuss why they went with free DLC, and talk about nearing 1 million units sold. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, they're never making a sequel. They said, just like some TV shows and films, they wanted to tell a story, and they've done that. If they made a sequel, it would just be because people wanted it, and they would be struggling to come up with something that means something again. So
yeah, and the thing is, and this is what the whole sequel thing is. It's just like a Hollywood like corporate thing to just make more money. You know, that's all it is. Like, I guess there's certain sequels, like I could think of the Halo series that just made better games because of it. I can think of Mario, made better games because of it. But you don't always have to do a sequel. Everybody always just wants more of the same. It's like, you know what I love? Spiritual successors. That's my favorite. Like whenever I see something like that, you're basically making a sequel. So you're giving it the same kind of feeling, but you're giving us different characters, different gameplay, different, sort of what is this? Image informed games. Sort of what they do. They have their SteamWorld digs, right? And then what they give us? They give us something that it kind of has the same feelings, but it's
SteamWorld Heist.
SteamWorld Heist. It gives you the same feelings, but it's completely different. Of course, they did a SteamWorld Dig too, but then they also give us a SteamWorld Quest. I love that, man.
Exactly. Yep.
It's much harder to do that than to just crank out the same thing over.
I actually respect the Celeste developers, and I know while it will annoy a lot of people that they're not doing a sequel, I actually respect them for not just making a sequel and cashing in on the success of the original Celeste, which they could easily do. They could easily do that, and it would sell.
Oh yeah.
And I actually respect them for that.
Yep, me too. Oh, Nintendo. Junior Nintendo says I think it was Nintendo that made a surgery game so they can practice. That's true.
What was it called? Oh man.
Hold on a second.
Yes.
Let's look it up.
For the love of, I can't remember.
Let's see. Top 8 video games for training surgeons. Okay, so you're saying that this is, whoever's saying that. I mean that. They use it to literally train people to save lives.
Yes,
but,
yes.
Why would you have thought that 60 pieces of software on a 250 piece of hardware would become a critical training tool for I can't say that. Laparoscopic surgeons?
Laparoscopic, yeah.
Yeah. They also finished surgical tasks 27% faster than doctors in the study who didn't play video games. There you go. That's all you need to say right there, to say that all his arguments are out the window.
It's crazy. They finished 27% faster than those that
how many
didn't
lives?
play
Yeah.
There alone proves that video games can be very beneficial.
Yep. Let's see.
I think you're right. He was just looking either for, people to message him so he can keep talking, or he's looking for followers or people that kind of think the same thing as him. So they'll jump on and think, oh, I can get on with this guy. He's got the same kind of ideas as me.
So- Wait a minute. So the Switch Lite has the card slot on the bottom? The game card slot is on the bottom?
They're the speakers, aren't they?
This right here does not look like the speakers.
But look on the left.
No.
Oh,
you
underneath.
see?
Oh, I see where you're looking.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's kind
I did not know that.
That's kind of a weird.
I don't actually like it.
No, me neither. Because they can.
I
pop
prefer it
out.
on the top. That's just like one of the 3DSs or a 2DS. It had something like that at the bottom. But
I know the.
to get it-
Hold on a second. I'm taking this muscle shirt off.
just to get it to such a small device,
can't keep
they
it
had to move around the boards inside, and that's where the cartridge slot ended up.
The
Any-
DS
Anyone
Lite
in chat?
has the Game Boy Advance slot on the bottom, if that's what you mean.
Might be, yeah, it might be.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think they had another choice. Wait, no. Wait, where's my 3DS? I think I know what you're talking about, and I think it is on the. It might be on the bottom. I don't know. I don't know where my 3DS is at right now.
Anyone in chat? Is anyone getting a Switch Lite? Nearly bought one today, actually, but I didn't. I didn't bite the biscuit.
I'm definitely getting one, not right now, but I'm definitely gonna pick one up. I had to pry the Switch away from my son right now to just do the streams. I felt bad.
I want my original day one Switch to just stay docked, and the Switch Lite will be for like laying in bed at night, portable play kind of thing.
And you could transfer save states between them, right?
It's the cloud, isn't it? So you sign in. Yeah. You have one set as your primary console and the other one as your not primary. But yeah, you can share. You can't have, say, you playing on your original Switch under your gamer tag, playing the same game on the Switch Lite under your gamer tag. You can't do that. You can't have two people signed in under the same gamer tag, like the same.
Oh yeah, that's no, yeah. And you can't be playing the same game, obviously. You need a second copy.
No, you can't. Even digital games, you cannot play the same game at the same time.
No, that makes sense. But so wait. What if you wanted to play the same game on two different Switches? Would you have to? Could you just buy? Would you have to buy it again? But it's under the same account.
Hang on, multiplayer games or couch co-op.
Not couch co-op. No, not couch co-op. I'm talking about like, if I want to play Super Mario Odyssey and I own it, would I have to and I own it digitally, right? Let's just say I owned Super Mario Odyssey digitally on my main Switch. Would I have to buy it digitally again? That makes no sense. It's under the same account, so you're gonna have two of the same games on the same account.
Well, if you want to play it on your Switch Lite.
Yeah.
No.
At the same time.
Put your account on
so let's say like I'm playing Super Mario Odyssey. My son's like, I want to play Super Mario Odyssey 2, or as well at the same time that you're playing it.
As he signed in under a different account, I think he can access on the other Switch. I'm not saying that's for definite. You'd have to check, but
I think you'd
pretty sure.
Pretty sure they'll make you buy. They'll make you buy it again.
That wouldn't be good. Microsoft is doing like I do game share, and you can play any game at the same time as the other person and stuff like that. It's
Have you played Ori and the Blind Forest?
I played it on my Xbox. I downloaded the demo on Switch, and I tweeted out like a 30-second clip saying, the beauty and the just awesomeness of Ori is still as relevant now on the Switch as it was, when it first came out. It's awesome. It's 1080p, 60 frames per second. But it can't run on Switch. It will never come to Switch. Well, there you go.
I missed this Overland and Sayonara Wild Heart. I believe Overland is the same people behind the guy that just passed away. Just to
let you know, Sayonara Wild Hearts apparently is a very good game, but it's extremely short.
Extremely short? Okay.
On IGN,
like
what's his name? He wears the bow tie. I can't remember his name now, but he completed it in, I think,
how long?
Over 2 hours. It's like a music game.
Okay, that's fine though. I actually don't mind that at all. If it's a really good experience in 2 hours, like What Remains of Edith Finch, you could play the whole game in 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours maybe, but it's worth it. It's a beautiful experience, and it's one that you'll want to go back and experience again.
Stitch says no. He's about the Switch Lite. Looks cool, tempting, but I don't need it. My friend got a lot. My friend got a lot his PS3 and PS4 games by just getting his friends to let him sign into their accounts. Okay. Didn't know you could do that on PlayStation.
Yeah, on PlayStation you could do that. Yeah. Okay, so this Overland is the same. What's that adventure game where you're the little fox, or you're the little cat, and then you have like a fox friend, and then you
I can picture it now.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's the same. Yeah. The guy that killed himself recently. Probably shouldn't say that, but the guy that committed that act recently, and he's the one that was behind that game, and I think of this game too, the Overland. And then you have the Sayonara Wild Hearts you were talking about. But look, it's only $11.99. $12 is not bad. That's about a movie theater ticket. So that's 2 to 3 hours. That's not bad. Look at all the different games. My goodness.
What was it I bought today? Oh, that game. Oh god, it was on a Nintendo Direct or an indie showcase. It's where you go into dungeons and it's almost like a pinball game. You have to hit the bumpers.
Oh yes. How is that? Did you play it?
I haven't played it yet. I have not played it yet, but it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it looks great. Super Mario Odyssey sells 2 million physical copies in Japan alone. That's awesome.
Wow.
In Japan alone. Wow.
Why did they not give us DLC? I would have paid for DLC for that.
But at the same time,
I think Nintendo missed a trick.
Why do DLC when you can just hold that
new
content
game.
for the new game?
Yes,
yeah,
I
much
get
rather
it.
have
Yes.
that.
As long as they are making like a sequel or going even further, which of course they are. They're making a new Mario. Of course they are.
Yeah. All right. So I guess let me get started. Are you gonna play or?
Will do shortly, man.
Okay.
I will do.
Right. I'm gonna do multiplayer. I'm just gonna run with some randos. Unless you guys want to jump in with me. The Stitches, were you able to pick this up? I know you said you it looked interesting to you. Vendat. We got Vendat in the house. Is it just me and Vendat? Oh, there we go. Florian?
Oh, Loud Noises tweeted, damn it, I'm out and about. Oh, I guess he was going to come on, but he's out and about.
Oh, okay. The server has shut down. Oh my gosh. Sounds serious.
Even though you DM'd me.
The what? Even though I DM'd
you? Yeah, on Twitter.
He DM'd you?
You did.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Yeah, I've only just noticed.
Oh yeah, I did oh, what is that? Controller fits comfortably in the Satisfy Elite case. Oh my gosh, that looks good. Oh wait, wait, watch this. Look at that. This is freeform, sorry.
Here's a tweet from Super Metal Dave 64. I think it's safe to assume Nintendo simply likes having consoles returned for repair. The sticks that cause Joy-Con drift from the analog sticks are exactly the same material, makeup in Switch Lite.
Oh wait, I got a new guy. That's what I hear when I hear Super Metal Dave.
That guy has been wrong so many times, and yet people keep giving him a pass.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't get it
I
either.
don't get it.
Blah, 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 blah. I didn't go.
I don't know.
Wait, Stitch says, I didn't go for that $8 Risk of Rain deal. People were saying it was because of the economy dropping. I'm not sure about that, but it made me feel it'd be dirty of me if I was true. Dude, who cares? I'm just kidding. I saw that too. I'm like, hey, I mean, if I really wanted it.
$8 it was going for.
Yeah, but that's because of the. But I guess so. Like, if you didn't feel right doing it, you don't feel right doing it. Yeah, it's because it was on the Argentinian. This is so cool. It's like a robot, dude. Oh, what is this?
Stitch, the choice is yours, man. If you didn't want it, you know, who's to question that? That is absolutely your choice.
I'm the questioning. I'm here questioning it because now you're not playing with us, Stitched. I'm kidding. This is so cool. So robot dude, man.
He said, I can wait. There's going to be a physical release or something
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, there is.
right?
Yeah, there is. Yep.
Is there really?
Yeah. Of Risk of Rain 2.
Do you know I'm going to be double dipping? You know I am. Oh, man.
Yeah. He's like, oh, man.
Jeez.
Okay, I'm not sure if I like the way this guy plays. The thing with these kind of games and the characters you get later on, they're usually more for like people that are really good at the game. You know what I'm saying? Like they're more technical. Like they're probably really good if you know how to use them properly. But for someone to just pick up and start playing them, like I am, it's not gonna work. Yeah, it'll eventually go on sale, man.
Oh, yeah, of course it will.
It's annoying how much they go on sale now. Or before, like, you didn't feel too bad about paying for any game on the eShop because you're like, yeah, this is not, it's not going to go on sale anytime soon. I might as well pick it up now. But now you'll pick up games and just a month later, 2 months later.
I had to tweet the other day because I watched a certain channel because they were talking about why developers put their games on sale. And I also saw a couple of other YouTubers, and I had to go on Twitter. He might wave goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to go on Twitter and what was it? I've had a part of my body removed, but all is well, as we need YouTubers and news articles to tell us that the reason developers put their games on sale on the Switch is to get into the best sellers list. Really? No crap. Jesus. Oh my God. As if that's not common sense why they put their games on sale.
Exactly. That's it. That's the reason.
I mean, it's...
But at the same time, it's a risk reward because, your game might start selling after it's charted, but what if it doesn't? Then
exactly. Yeah.
Of course, there's less of a risk when your game is garbage anyways, and it's $1 or something, and you give it away for free, and then a bunch of people pick it up after because it's like number one on the eShop charts.
Exactly. Stitch says wave goodbye, question mark.
Spawn wave. Spawn wavy.
Yeah. I'm sure there are developers that have sold a lot of copies, more than they expected, and they've thought, do you know what? Let's put our game on sale. Not just because we'll get more sales, But because the game has sold so well, let's just put it on sale as a thank you. But most of them are like, let's put it on sale for like $1, $2, $3, or pounds, or whatever. We'll get into that bestsellers list.
Yep.
And once you're on there, even people will take a risk if it's cheap enough.
Yep.
Stitch
Which
says,
is
"Oh,
also... What's that? Sorry.
Sorry, mate. No, Stitch just said, "Oh, I quit watching a bunch of those guys last year." Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. You were saying.
Yeah, me too. Stitch, because not because I have any. It was the content is not there. Like I just don't find it interesting. Like I don't have anything against those guys. I just don't find what they have to be interesting at all. Like my favorite YouTubers are Young Yeah, Rich Review Tech, and I think that's it, man. And then I'll see, obviously, like Clocked It. I'll watch Clocked It whenever Mr. T, whenever he uploads anything. Player Essence. I watch. I pretty much, when it comes to Nintendo news, Player Essence all the way.
Just quickly, Death Star in chat said, "How is Risk of Rain?"
Oh, it's really fun, man. It's a lot of fun. If you ever, I don't know if you've ever played the first one. But it's basically, it's kind of, I guess someone described it as a wave shooter, and I guess it kind of is like that. But it's also a multiplayer focused game. You have different abilities. You can level up, find different weapons. I guess you could call the coolest part of this game is picking up the different buffs. So what you do is you purchase, you kill enemies to get gold, and with the gold, then you go to the random chests that are out throughout the level, and you buy abilities. You get random abilities, but they're all pretty decent, and you can stack them. Is the coolest part of this game. So let's say you have an ability that lets you jump, lets you perform a double jump. If you happen to pick up another one, now you can perform 3 jumps, and so on and so forth, until it looks like you're basically like doing like a game genie or like a code, because it's you can just go do some crazy stuff. If you do like a vampire hit on a vampire hit, every time you hit an enemy, you get a little bit of health back. If you keep stacking that, you can almost get like 100% health, back from any damage that you do. So that's the coolest part of this game, pretty much. The multiplayer aspect is cool too, but music is cool. I mean, it's a good game. What is this? Somebody has like an ability where they have like these bees or something. I guess they give us like a... Wait, or is that me?
Be you. They're not attacking you. Going back to YouTubers, I tell you what really, well, I'd gone off them anyway. Certain 4 YouTubers, but one of them who likes the Dreamcast put up a video a while ago saying a games tester got in touch with him, no, a console tester, and he has top secret info about the PlayStation 5. And he was reading from this list. He had this telephone call with this console tester, right? And he's talking, and he's going, and apparently the GPU is going to give us 15 teraflops. I thought, hang on, I'm sure that's the CPU that does that. Anyway, and he also said, and this tester also told me that Sony, that they're in talks about the price. They want to get it as cheap as possible. I thought, hang on, why would Sony be talking to a console tester about the price of the console? Tester. Anyway, 2 days later, he had to put another video out saying, yeah, I was tricked. The information was all bogus, blah, blah, blah. No, it was bogus anyway. You did it for the views and the click.
He knew.
You know what I mean?
He knew. He must
Says,
have
does
known.
it have offline multiplayer? Trying to figure out if I get the physical edition or digital.
Yes, it does. It does have offline multiplayer. And it also has single player, so you don't have to play it with someone. It's really difficult with single player, but you can do it You just have to be very careful. You have to be very like you have to take things. It's funny because you have to take things slow. The problem is if you look on the top right, there's a little meter that's slowly going up with time. The game gets harder as it goes on. So you can't take it too slow. You just have to be methodical is what you have to be, but quick.
Like you said once, it's like risk reward. Do you stay a bit longer for that reward and risk it, or do you just go to the next level?
Yep. Yeah.
Junior Nintendo said one thing. Coloco can agree with me. None of those YouTubers can compete with Jack Strap.
Jack Strap. I saw that.
Don't even know who Jack Strap is.
Jack
Embarrassingly.
Strap from our other channel. He's this guy that would come in and do news, and yeah. It's just what's that?
Death Star said, "Gotcha. Thank you. The game definitely has my interest."
Yeah. Is that? Oh, it's Dean. Dean, the collectionist.
Oh, I'm saying Death Star. It's Dean Star. My apologies.
I'm like Death Star. I've never heard of that person on here before. What's up, buddy? Wait, is there someone else here?
Let me have a look. I don't think so.
Someone, hey, if you want, by the way,
Antonio Barbosa.
Oh, Antonio Barbosa. What's up? So
he's muted and got headphones muted as well.
Oh, okay. Well, you know.
Maybe he's trying to set it up.
Yeah, possibly. So if you want to, Dean, if you want to join the Discord, the link is there. If someone can link it.
Oh, I can't. It'd have to be Junior Nintendo.
Oh, okay, hold on. If you look up, if you just scroll up through the,
yes.
Yeah,
you'll
see it.
Yeah.
Oh,
the top.
It. This guy kind of stinks. I don't really like him. Yeah, me and Dean had a little had a miscommunication the other day. I don't even remember what it was about. What was it about?
We said he's watching football, otherwise he would join the Discord.
Oh, nice.
I'm assuming he means I'm assuming he's American. He's probably American football.
Yes, I'm pretty sure Dean. Yeah.
Do apologise, Dean, for calling you Death Star. My bad. Yeah, and again, sorry about that. LOL.
I forgot what it was about. Oh, that's right. It was about Daemon X Machina.
Oh, all right, okay.
It was about Daemon X Machina and how that whole, that whole thing that happened with the Marvelous Japan striking people's channels.
Oh, YouTube channel. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Which I don't agree with. And this is the thing. It's like I don't have to be directly, and I'm not arguing this with you, Dean. I know, you don't, that conversation is over. This is just for me talking about it. Why I felt the way I felt about that game and those business practices, because I don't have to be directly affected and to think that that's not right. To just have people getting their channel stricken when all they're trying to do is basically help their game out. That's just very odd thing to do.
Every right. It's their IP. They have every right. However, the game is a niche game anyway, a small market. Mm-hmm. A small percentage of people like those mech games. Why are you striking channels that promoting your game, which can only be a good thing? I don't understand it. Dean says, I said something about people boycotting a game because of YouTubers, called that silly.
Yeah.
Fine to say no. Business practices, although boycotting because they told to which is what boycotting because they're told to which is what I think is silly. Drop 20 hours.
I get what he's saying though, like to a certain extent, like it doesn't directly affect me, obviously, but it can. Like if let's just say that I I wanted to grow my channel. Let's just say I just wanted to start doing stuff like that and covering different games that will come out. It would directly affect me, you know. There's that, and there's just the fact of the matter that it's just a kind of principle. You know, you have people that are trying to, oh, this guy's about to die. You have people that are trying to help you, and it wasn't just like, this is the thing, it wasn't just like one time. This has been happening for a long time because I think it was the E3. They were striking videos down of people with the Nintendo Direct because they showed their game. They were Damon Ex Machina, and they struck a lot of YouTubers their whole entire reaction to E3, which is some people those reaction videos garner a lot of views on their channel, you know.
Yeah.
And to strike the whole channel, the whole video, just because of you know, they showed a trailer to your game, it's kind of weird when no one else is doing it. If you were to say, well, there's some developers that do it and some that don't, but when you have the only developer that's striking your channel, when you had, I don't know how many games were shown that you know, that E3 presentation, that's when it's kind of weird. Like it's out of the ordinary, you know. It's not something, it's not common behavior. And on top of that, I mean, there was a lot. I mean, even Digital Foundry, which is, I think a lot of people think that they're highly regarded. They're a respectable channel. You know, they're not. I don't think you could say they're really clickbaity or anything like that.
They're owned by Eurogame, aren't they?
What, Digital Foundry?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they are. That's news to me if they are. But I think people.
Yeah, they're part of Eurogame.
Yeah. I think people think that they're pretty respectable. I mean, and they said, well, we can't cover this. Game Explain, Andre from Game Explain said, well, why are you doing this? We can't cover it. Now again, they did change. Like, I don't know if it was Marvelous of you. I think it was Marvelous Europe that was trying to talk to people, and I think they might have communicated to them what was going on. But at the same time, this wasn't something new. This is something, you know, months ago that people were talking about, and they refused to do anything about it. It's only when their game came out and they saw, and this whole time I guess they were thinking it's not going to affect our sales, it's not going to affect our sales. Kind of, I think it did affect them. Maybe not. I'm not saying like, oh, they would have sold 500,000 first week, but even if they would have done 10% better, 15% better with a little bit more marketing, that's a huge difference when you're talking about you know, that amount of sales. That's a huge difference.
Absolutely, yeah. Dean said, completely agree on YouTubers helping promote a game, but I won't be told not to buy a game, and that's what I thought was silly.
Oh,
but yes.
no, yeah, you should, yeah, and that's the thing, yeah. I would never tell anybody, don't do this, don't support.
No,
you know, to each his own. You know, I'm never gonna say that because, you know, I can't.
That has to be a personal choice.
Yeah, and anybody who says that, that's kind of wrong. You can't do that. You can't tell everybody don't buy their game. Don't. That's not right. You know.
No. And he goes on to say, I do recommend Damon. It's so much better than the original demo.
All right. I mean, I said, and even in the initial tweet, I said, if they change, unless they change their ways, I'm not interested. You know, but I am interested. I will eventually pick it up.
It wasn't just the West. They were also doing it to channels in Japan as well.
Really?
Yep.
And that's what, you know, what's weird is my wife asked that. She doesn't know anything about video games, but that's one of the things she asked. It's like, are they doing it to people in Japan? I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, that's a good point.
Yeah, they were. They have every right to do what they want. It's their IP. It's just someone at that company must have thought, well, we're kind of sabotaging our own game. This is free advertising. But I guess no one did. It's just weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I still hope the game goes on to do well. I may pick it up later down the line. I just have too many games at the moment. Way too many.
Yeah. It's just, I think it was poor release date, man. Oh, there's the magma worm. It's all the way over there. Yeah, I think that they chose a poor release date for it. I mean, I understand, you know, keeping momentum up and releasing a game when a lot of other, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is like I guess trying to chase momentum is a good thing, but when you're in the middle of huge titles at and something like Astral Chain where yes it's not exactly the same thing, but it's an action, you know, oriented anime kind of looking game. Oh, this is starting
Yeah.
to slow down. I could see why it would eat up the sales a little bit, Um, I don't think it was the
Uh,
wise. If they would have released it early in the year, but maybe it wasn't ready. So I don't know.
Ditch says, I heard about Ubisoft or some other company striking one of their own streams down recently. Really? We're
Really,
gonna strike. We're gonna strike that channel. Who owns it? We
is
do.
that is
Strike.
that going to be the new thing now? Striking their channels or
I mean,
striking?
that's the thing, though. These companies have that power to strike someone's channel. That's. Do you know what I mean? Yes, you can appeal against it, but that strike stays until YouTube, Google has looked at your appeal. It should be you're innocent until you're proven guilty of
Right.
something. But no,
It's not like
you are
that
guilty until
until
you
you're
might
proven
be able to prove
innocent.
you're innocent.
Right.
Yeah.
It's backwards. It really is.
Doomstar says, Stitch, yeah, E3, they struck people all the time. That's huge BS. They've done that the past two E3s. That's, yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you chose tonight, Cloco, to stream Damon X Machina, would, after you finish, would that stream be claimed by,
No, not right now. No, they took that down. It won't happen
they've,
anymore.
they've completely stopped striking and claiming stuff now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Wait, how
right,
did we
okay.
get out of there? Did this guy beat him? I could have sworn that we died. That guy was like full health. That's weird. Yeah, they took that out. Apparently, I don't know, but apparently they took all the strikes off and people can now stream the game. I think, right?
Would hope so.
I don't think that they can make money off of it still, which is still, or maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know.
With Antonio is having problems. Antonio. Can't even spell now.
Oh, I think I hear somebody. Is that you, Antonio?
Oh, he's still got his mic muted and headset muted. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have thought he would jumped on if he wasn't going to talk or listen. Maybe he's having problems configuring
Yeah, that's probably
Discord.
what it is.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Are you trying to talk and are you okay?
Everybody's hanging around this treasure chest because they want it. I grabbed it. Ah. Oh, this is starting to get really tough. Oh, we're in very hard. That's why we took way too long. Oh no! Am I dead? Oh, what happened? Negative 52 out of for my health, so that means they killed me with a huge blast. Oh, that sucks. I don't think these guys are gonna go to the end here. It's, you know what Damon reminds me of a little bit is Xenoblade Chronicles X. Just the atmosphere, you know, not exactly the art style, but just like the atmosphere, the music, you know, kind of reminded me a little bit of it. It's definitely not the same kind of gameplay. Obviously, it's super quick.
Junior Nintendo said, "Poor Johnny 5." Oh, Johnny 5.
Johnny
the
5.
Yeah.
What was that? Short Circuit?
Yeah. Johnny 5 is alive.
Yeah. Why did I just do that? Reset? Oh, whatever.
Says this looks like a slow-paced Damon X Machina at the moment. Ha ha.
This looks like a slow place. It's much cooler than Damon X Machina. Nah, I don't know. I haven't played Damon X Machina since.
So, do you think Nintendo is going to patch Zelda or not?
That's a good question.
Because if they were going to patch it, wouldn't it have been done before the game even shipped? They must have known about this frame rate issue, surely.
Yes. Do they need to? That's the question. Do they need to patch it? They don't need to patch it. Definitely not. They definitely don't need it. It's got an 88 Metacritic score. Everybody's, I'm sure it's selling like crazy. Are they going to though? I would say I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't expect it.
Don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. Like you said, do they need to? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
I think the game's going to sell on its own merits, and from that, for a lot of people, from that nostalgia.
Yeah. Stitch says, I've heard people compare Damon X Machina to Zone of the Enders. Oh, man. Zone of the Enders was really good. And Mech Assault or Armored Core.
Armored Core, yeah,
right.
I love that.
Okay. All right. I think I'm really going to pick this up. I will eventually pick it up.
What?
Damon X Machina, for sure. Oh, no, wait. Yes. Are you going to?
A bit further, maybe, probably not this year, maybe next year. I did have a limited edition on order from Amazon, but like I said, they cancelled 3 of my limited editions in one day. Boom, just like
and that limited edition was really nice.
Yes, it was.
Really
yes.
Nice
why don't you rub it in a bit more? Yeah.
It was really nice. Too bad you didn't get it.
Yeah. And they said it was my fault when I phoned them. Well, when you place the orders, yeah, it
Did
stopped.
they
But
really?
our system takes a while to update. So when you place the orders, they'd already sold out, but our system hadn't updated. And I was like, well, that's not my fault. Your system was saying they were still available. You should have honoured that.
Right.
It took them, when I placed those orders, it's like 2 months later, they ended up cancelling them. Well, you must have known they were out of stock at least a day later. Why did it take you so long to cancel my orders? But yeah, it's my fault. Fantastic.
I mean, usually Amazon is pretty good with their customer service.
In the past, week, I've had to phone them twice because I've literally watched, because I have Amazon Prime, you get next day delivery, and I've literally, you get a message on your phone, the driver is like 3 stops away. So as soon as I get that, I come downstairs, cup of tea, looking out the window, and I've literally watched the driver park on the other side of the road, and I'm like, here he comes, get out of his van with parcels, walk down the road out of my sight, and I'm like, oh right, he's going down there first and then coming back. So I go and finish making me a cup of tea, go back to the window, and I see him getting in the van and driving off. And then I get
where are you going?
a notification, your parcel was left through your letterbox. I'm like, no, it wasn't. It didn't even walk up the driveway. So I phone up Amazon. Oh, I'm very sorry. And I say, no, I know what it is, because you're hiring these Croatians, people from the Balkans that can't even read English, let alone speak it. And they give me like, well, we'll give you a £10 Amazon voucher on your account. And I'm like, yeah, but where's my product? Oh, we'll send out a new one immediately. Driver's not even coming up to your door, mate. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think the nicest thing I've ever gotten from Amazon was my Switch. I ordered it through Amazon, and it wasn't day one. It came, I think, like a week later, but they gave me $75. They gave it to me for $75 cheaper. So I was happy. I'm like, hey, that's okay. I could wait a week. Everybody was like, super excited about it. I was too, but that's fine.
That was pretty good, actually. Junior, hang on, Stitch says, what kind of tea do you drink, Mark? Well, I can tell you I don't drink iced tea. I drink hot tea. Anyway, moving on. I drink hot tea made with Yorkshire tea bags, which is really nice. And then Junior Nintendo said, Razer, yeah, I know this. Razer is working on a Nintendo Switch competitor. It actually looks like one, to be honest. Yep, I've seen it. And
Razer.
they make like headphones, keyboards, and things like that.
Man.
When that comes out, you're looking at about £800, $800. I can guarantee it.
That's insane. Yeah.
It looks nice. It really does look nice. It's got like the Joy-Cons down the side, but they're not detachable. Really nice screen. But yeah, Razer always prices their stuff very high.
Yeah.
New phone. Jeez.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's what a lot of people are like, oh well, the Switch is weak even compared to higher end, portable PCs. It's like, well, yeah, but they're like the new iPad, right? That can play like NBA 2K with like 1080p and like 60 frames per second. Yeah, that's right, but that's also like $800. Like, who's going to pay for that? And on top of that, you don't get the exclusives that you get on a Switch. You don't get the infrastructure for games that you get on the Switch. Everything is set to play games on here.
Are you going to take your new iPad and as you walk up the road, be playing NBA? No, you won't.
Nope.
Holding that, running on its battery with the screen up, tapping on the keyboard or whatever while you're walking down the road. Of course you're not. And like you said, no exclusives. Well, I guess the new Apple Arcade is getting, or whatever it's called, is getting some exclusive mobile games.
Yeah.
But they're not like exclusives as we
they
think
got
of
that
exclusive.
Oceanhorn game, right? Isn't that, or is that something else?
That's a timed exclusive because that's already been confirmed for Switch.
Oh, okay. It's just timed. Okay. Somebody said, I saw someone say like, this game looks better than Breath of the Wild. Like, oh, okay, sure, buddy. Okay, no way.
Actually, a couple of YouTubers that I watch have said that it actually looks better than Breath of the Wild, and it's from an independent developer. It looks really good. It does look good from what I've seen of it. Does it look better than Breath of the Wild?
Is it like one massive world though, where you could literally just traverse through the whole entire world? Is it the same way?
Oh, no idea. I wouldn't have thought so, going by their last game, but who knows? Maybe they have gone really big. Junior Nintendo says, yeah, I agree. They definitely are way more expensive. Yeah, Razer, look at their new phone, which got 12 gigs of RAM and such forth. What is it? Something of gamers. I can't remember. It's a gaming phone, and I think in the UK it's coming out about £800. It's, jeez.
No, you know what phone is awesome is I don't know if you guys have heard of the Red phone.
Red. No, never.
Yeah, Red.
Never heard of it.
Red is a brand that usually does like cameras for like film, like actual film, like really high expensive, really good quality cameras. And they have this phone for Verizon called the Red phone. I think that's what it's called. There might be a name for it, but it basically has the screen has a holographic projector similar to the 3DS on it, and it takes the best video of any phone by far. Like, and you could buy different attachments to it. It's really cool, man.
I'm looking online now. There's one called the Red Hydrogen One.
That's it. Yep.
$1,300 mess of a phone.
Yeah. It's a what do you
$1,300.
Yeah, 1,300. Yeah.
Jeez. But then again, I mean, there's been phones that have cost that much.
iPhone costs what, $1,100 something? Or
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I can't.
This is very niche. It's not for everyone. It's not for this is for someone who needs a camera, like a good quality camera, like a one you could actually film movies in. And of course there's been movies filmed with iPhones, but like a really nice quality camera, and it also has a holographic screen. I mean, that's
looking
cool,
at that camera on the back of it. That camera is massive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. I would show you guys, but I would immediately die if I stopped playing this. I could show you right after I do this, but yeah, that's my dream phone right there. But then again, I'd probably break it. I break everything. I break every phone that I've ever had. This is my phone right now. It's called like a Kyocera Duramax. This is the greatest phone that I've ever purchased for me, because it looks like there's a phone case on it, but it's not. This is the phone. Like, it has like Gorilla Glass. Like, it's the only phone that's actually lasted a while for me without breaking. I'm so clumsy with my electronics. I'm surprised my Nintendo's systems aren't. My portable systems
I must admit,
okay.
Ever dropped one of my phones.
Really?
I mean, the phone I've got now has got, where was it? Oh, it was on charge. Has got like, I must admit, I try to look after my electronics. So the case I have is around £100. It's like armor light, designed by the British Army.
Oh, nice.
It's armor light. So if it dropped anyway, it's got, on the corners, it's got air cushioning built in, kind of thing. Then again, I don't go out that much, so it's usually just sitting on the side or whatever. I say I try to look after my stuff. I mean, I've trodden on my Switch twice. Well, I've just been playing in bed at night, put it on the floor, and then woken up in the morning. Oh, yeah, getting up. Oops. And one night I actually put the tea on the floor, knocked it over, and it went over my left Joy-Con. Man, you've never seen someone move so quick. Grabbed the t-shirt off the side, and I'm wiping it, and I'm blowing on it and everything. Yeah. Jesus, my heart went that time. Wow.
Yeah, those Joy-Cons, man, they get taken care of. They're not the cheapest.
I haven't got Joy-Con drift, but you see my left Joy-Con? It doesn't click into place anymore. I can just pull it off.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
I can just pull it off now without pushing that thing in at the back. It just comes off.
Oh, yeah. That's an easy fix, actually.
Is it?
Yeah. Super easy. I mean, if you don't mind taking it apart, I did it with my Joy-Cons. I replaced them and put this little metal. There's like the little plastic thing that holds it in place. They sell the little metal ones on Amazon for like $5, and they come with the screwdrivers and everything. And you pop that out and put the little metal ones in, and you'll never have another problem like that.
I'll have to look into that. And
yeah,
Stitch,
those plastic ones. They from the action of taking it off and on, they just get worn down. And what does it say?
Stitch, you can get out of here right now. He said, sipping some hot tea out of the Joy-Cons. And Junior Nintendo, you can get out of here as well for saying LOL. No, I wasn't sipping hot tea out of my Joy-Cons. I quickly grabbed the nearest T-shirt I could find. I was just stabbing it, man.
Put it in rice. Does that actually work? I've never had a phone.
Yes, it does.
Really?
Absorbs moisture. Yep. Yeah, it does work. A lot of these things you hear people say, they're like old wives' tales. They don't actually work, but yeah. Right. Put it into a bowl, tip loads of ice on it, and just leave it. It will eventually absorb all the moisture.
Okay, what does this do? Wait, what does the key do? The key does what? Gain access to rusty lockbox that contains treasure. Oh. Okay.
Antonio is still up in the chat, still muted.
He could. I don't know. Maybe he's looking at the stream and
yeah, could be. Yep.
Just wants to hang out in the chat. That's fine. Oh, somebody activated it.
Have you seen the film Brightburn? About that little kid?
No. I read all about it.
You've got to watch it. Wow. The like tagline is, what would happen if a baby fell to Earth with superhuman powers who didn't want to be good and help the world.
Right. I read all about it, and I read the ending and everything. I don't think I would like it.
Yeah.
It's just
It.
there's no
Wow.
there's no point in like from what I've understood from the reviewers that I've there's no point in what he does. It's just a kind of like a horror movie. You know, there's no character arcs. There's no. He just starts going.
No,
nuts.
it's not. That's going to be revered in like 10 years' time. It's a one and done.
Yeah, it's a one and done.
But there's
yeah.
a couple of scenes. My favourite genre of films is horror. Long time since I've watched a horror film, and it's actually made me jump or cringe or something. But see that film? There's one part in it where a woman, it's making me feel ill just thinking about it, is pulling some glass out of her eye, and the camera zooms in, see her eyeball being stripped. If I see someone even touch their eyeball, jeez, that's
really?
not right. You touching your eyes. No, get out.
You don't like this then? You don't like this?
Nah, that's
You
not
like
right,
this?
man. You shouldn't be touching your eyes. Jeez. It's me ill, man. Oh. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's the eyes. It's. Oh.
I'm gonna make him toss.
It's just. Stitch says $80 my ex could have saved when son washed his 3DS in the sink.
Oh man. Wait, 80 you mean 2DS, right? Like the or did you mean like an actual 3DS, $200 3DS?
Stitch says he wants to see it now. He loves horror. Look, as a one and done film, it's really good. It's the total opposite of Superman. It's
Yeah, it's a
complete
complete opposite. It's like everything is Superman is feel good, right? Everything is like
Exactly.
he's here because he's good. He's here. This guy's complete evil. It's like complete opposite. Just like
and he does a couple of things in the film where I'm like, wow, I did not think that would happen, but it did. And yeah, like you said, it's not, it hasn't got the best storyline or the best backstory for characters. It hasn't got really any of that. Like I say, it's a one and done. You watch it, and that's it.
I do like it when anything subverts expectations. You know, when you think something's gonna happen and then it doesn't, and something completely different. Personally, I like the last Star Wars. I liked it a lot actually when I first saw it. A lot of people didn't, but I actually liked it a lot. You didn't think everything that happened. You had no idea that was gonna happen. Like nobody did. Everybody thought that they knew it was gonna happen, and none of it came to pass. You know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Did you like it or no?
The latest Star Wars.
Yeah.
That bit with Carrie Fisher as Leia out in space, I just thought was.
I love that though. I loved it because to me, this is the way I don't know why people hated it so much, but to me, I always had that thought. Like I always was like, wait a minute, like why isn't Leia a Force user? You know, she's the daughter of Anakin. Like she's got to have some kind of Force power. Like, yeah, and I don't know if the way that they did it was the best way, but just the fact that it kind of showed, yeah, she has some kind of ability. What was it that you didn't like? Was it the fact that it was just like something weird, like you never saw that before?
In all the Star Wars films, since the very first, right up until the one before this, we've never seen a single Jedi just moving through space, oxygen or anything. But in this film, I'll tell you what, let's give Leia a power where she doesn't need oxygen. She can be in space and it doesn't matter. That's one of her powers. And it was like, I guess you can do that because she is a Jedi, basically. She is Anakin's daughter. She's, Luke's sister. And it was the way it was done. The way she stood with her hand slightly out, and just moving towards it, just kind of off for me. The rest of the film, awesome.
Yeah, like to me, like when I saw that, it was kind of like a here goes this
John
this
Dean
iconic.
Starr says, once I finally join the Discord, I'm going to explain the Leia scene. Give me 10 minutes. I'm a huge
Oh,
Star
okay,
Wars
all
nerd.
right.
I tell you what, Dean, when you jump on, if you can change my mind about that scene, it'll be a miracle.
He's like that Steven Crowder. You're sitting there with the table, like this scene
It
sucked.
just
Change my mind.
it was fair of them to do it because, like you said, we'd never seen Leia have any powers or show her powers. So
Yeah.
in this film, that's one of her powers. But it's like, how convenient that that's one of her powers. They're in trouble. They're all going to die.
Well, this
Leia,
is the way that I thought of it was just like Ray was chosen. You know, maybe not everybody can wield the Force, but the people that are able to wield the Force and that have that innate ability, the Force can it's what it is. It's a force by its own, with its own mind. So it can give them powers when they need it. So like, because and the whole thing of we didn't see powers, I guess, but you could also argue that we never, when the Emperor started shooting lightning out of his hands, you never saw that before he started doing that. You were like, whoa, what is this power? Like, granted, it was a Sith power.
we'd never seen the Emperor before.
Right.
Sorry.
But it was still something that was new. That was like, wait, when you started seeing them, like in the prequels, flip around the way they were doing, and you were like, wait, where did that power come from? It's just there's always been introductions to different abilities. I feel like, but that's just me. That's why I didn't really have those feelings at all. Like, I almost the only thing that I thought was, oh, she's dying. This is a scene that's gonna show a character that we have all grown up on. It's a really sad scene. She's gone, right? And then all of a sudden she's not, and you're like, whoa, like and you realize, of course, she's a Skywalker. Why wouldn't she have the Force in her? Anyway, that's what I thought. I don't know.
There's another scene in another Star Wars film, and I think it's The Empire Strikes Back. Hang on. Or it's The Return of the Jedi. I can't remember, but I'm sure it's Empire Strikes Back, where it's towards the end of the film, where they're celebrating on... what planet is it? Where the little furry bears are.
The Ewoks planet.
It's the planet that's powering the shield for the Death Star. And Darth Vader died, and then you see like this hologram of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I think also Yoda. They're transparent, and they're all smiling and happy that the Death Star's been destroyed. I was like, that just doesn't look right. Endor, thank you, Stitch.
Endor.
Planet Endor, that's it. Yep.
So you didn't like that. You didn't like that they were.
It just looked weird. One of the characters, I can't remember who it is, looks round. It might have been Luke, and he just sees this hologram. They come to appear before him of his dad, Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Yoda, and they're just like this hologram. They're standing next to each other, all happy and smiling, as if to say, we're happy, and thank you, Luke, and go on to do this. And I was like, it just doesn't look right.
Yeah, there's something about that looked a little awkward. Now that you mention it, and the thing is, like, it's weird to try to think of those things, to have different feelings, because we see these things when we're children, and then they kind of just that's what they are. Like, there's no questioning it, But when you get older, you're like, wait a minute, they could have done something different, because this is a little awkward the way they did it, the ending. I see what you're saying.
Junior Nintendo says she manifested her powers back in Return of the Jedi when Leia telepathically links with Luke.
Oh, she did though. That's right. Yeah.
I guess. Oh, I don't know.
I mean, and that's an ability that. Well, no, that because Obi-Wan did that with Luke in the first.
Luke, use the Force, Luke, and he turns off his targeting computer when he's
Yeah.
doing the Death Star run,
Yeah.
and uses the Force to fire those torpedoes. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, Dean's gonna come in here and school us though. Yeah.
As soon as he comes
That's
in,
why
I'll jump.
that didn't bother me. You know what did bother me of that movie though, and I will say that was looking back on it and rewatching it. I could and people that say that movie's a disaster. Come on, no, it's not. It's a really good movie. But the one thing that does get to me, and I think it was a mistake, was the Casino Planet. Oh my gosh, that was painful. The whole casino. Huh?
Agree. I have to agree.
Yeah, that was. I mean, what was the point of that? Like, what was? I get subverting expectations. I get that you want to do that, but the whole Benicio del Toro, like, yeah, you kind of like, oh well, I didn't expect him to be a bad guy, but not in a good way. You know, like when you there's a revelation in a movie and you're like, oh, like, you know, but this was just kind of like, oh, okay, so like, he's gonna do that. Like, this is kind of stupid, like, you know.
But I mean, look, over the years, Star Wars has had some of the most fantastical like moments, and it's. I love the series overall. Things, but then I guess so many films. If another that many films in its like entirety, would find things at fault with that as well. Junior Nintendo says in the new trailer they show an evil C-3PO. Really?
Yeah, in the new trailer, yeah.
C-3PO. Oh no.
Yeah. But we don't know. Maybe that's just him pretending to be, you know, or he's hacked for some reason. I don't know.
What was the name of the little guy? Because they had like two like R2D2s. One was remote controlled or something, and the other one was that midget who used to stand on his hands. Oh man, I can't remember his name now.
Know. He used to stand on his hands to
Yeah. Inside like an R2D2 and walk. Yep.
Whoa.
Oh, God, I can't remember his name now. Hang on. I've got to check that. Kenny Baker. Kenny Baker.
Oh, yeah, Kenny Baker.
Darth Vader was voiced by David Prowse, who used to be over in England years ago. We used to have a guy called the Green Cross Code Man, and he used to tell youngsters on TV how to cross the road properly. Look both ways, and as you're walking, look both ways so there's no cars coming. Yeah, that was him.
People that say that his voice was completely horrible, no, it wasn't a bad voice, but it's no James Earl Jones, obviously, but it wasn't a terrible voice. Am I dead? What happened? I got melted. It wasn't a terrible voice, but yeah, when you compare it to James Earl Jones, of course, is, you know.
I didn't mind it. The new actor who plays R2D2 is Jimmy V. Never heard of him. No, I didn't mind his voice. It just, you know.
You mean the guy that was originally supposed to play Darth Vader, right?
Who are we talking about? The voice of Darth Vader?
Yeah, the guy that was originally supposed to play the voice of Darth Vader.
The original voice, yeah, is David Prowse.
No, it's James Earl Jones.
Hang on.
But there was a guy before James Earl Jones. You know, the guy that did Mufasa from Lion King. There was a guy that before they hired James Earl Jones, they used this guy, and his voice wasn't bad. We think it's bad now, but if they would have added him, he would have been. It would have been fine. It wouldn't have been as iconic, obviously, as James Earl Jones. it wouldn't have the same impact, cultural impact. I mean, everything, but I don't think it would have ruined the movie.
Yeah. On set during the filming of the original Star Wars, Darth Vader's lines were delivered by David Prowse, the imposing English actor who played the body of the Sith Lord.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, on set, but then they dubbed over with James Earl Jones. That's the guy who. Yeah, man, it's James Earl Jones. Yeah, they originally used that guy. Well, I think it was he in the costume as well? I think so.
And depending on what you read and which interview you absorb, director George Lucas was either always planning on replacing this dialogue or decided to replace the dialogue after he realised Prowse's West Country accent wasn't cutting it. Michael Spencer for correcting and clarifying the region.
Here we go. Look, I'm gonna put the browser here real quick. We're gonna. All right. So this is James.
Finding the right voice for Darth Vader
Before
was
James Earl
challenge.
Jones.
And action!
Lucas had never intended to use the on-set vocal performance of David Prowse.
Start tearing this ship apart piece by piece until you find those tapes. Find the passengers of this vessel. I want them alive.
I can still hear.
Okay, so like obviously you hear that and you're like, no, that's terrible. But that's that's because there hasn't been sound editing done. There hasn't been voice over been done. The effects of the voice. There's, you know what I'm saying? If you were to take James Earl Jones and put him in the same exact with a microphone that's 10 feet away from him, and while he's doing all this, like, acting in the moment and doing it all in one take, you might not sound exactly like he sounded in the movies as well. So like this guy, like I said, a lot of people would just say, no, it would have been terrible. The movie would have sucked. Like, no, it would have been fine. It just wouldn't have had the same cultural impact. That's it. He didn't sound intimidating, and he was mad when they dubbed over him, I think. I thought he sounded pretty good there. I thought he sounded pretty good. I thought it had
we'll never know
power, but we'll never know.
Exactly what it sounds like.
No.
It sounded like after he's been through a sound studio and it's been, edited and such forth, enhanced. We'll never know what he would have actually sounded like.
Because there's that, and then there's being in a sound booth, and then them going over the lines over and over. Okay, David, this time have more inflection in the third word of this sentence, and then lower down, and then there's so many little things like that if you were to listen to it, with all that stuff in place, then you would have been like, whoa, wait a minute, this voice is pretty good too. Which one do we go with? It's just a matter of choice. But obviously,
it doesn't happen that often, does it? That on screen, there's one actor playing the part of a character behind the camera who's actually voicing that character.
No, that doesn't happen.
The actor who's playing Darth Vader isn't actually voicing him. It's someone that you don't see.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't happen too often, no. Look, see, this is what Red is a brand that they mostly make these kind of cameras. Super expensive. I mean, that one's not too bad, I guess. 54 grand.
I know where I've heard the name now. I watched a documentary, and it was about why in Hollywood are all the films being made now not actually in 4K. They're upscaled. And the reason is most Hollywood studios back in 2017, and I remember the name now, Red came out with a brand new 2K camera. And most of the studios in Hollywood bought that camera, right? Get as much out of that camera as possible to justify the very high price. So they're still using those 2K cameras and then upscaling the films to 4K. They won't be buying new cameras until about 2021, 2022. And that's the reason.
Oh.
People think the last Endgame was actually filmed in 4K. No, it wasn't. It was upscaled from 2K to 4K.
Huh. Look at this. This is supposedly what it would look like. I don't know. I mean, I think you could buy this phone now, but that looks so cool, man. It has like a holographic thing.
It does look nice, I must admit.
Yeah. Offered the Amazon Fire Phone. Wait, what? First of all, Red Hydrogen 1 isn't a smartphone in the conventional sense. It's described as one part of a range as one part of a range of cameras and specially created media that can display via a multi-dimensional display. It's not a totally new concept in the mobile space. The Amazon Fire Phone offered a 3D display experience, criticized for being both bad and without purpose. That's, I mean, whatever. That's the LG Optimus 3D and the HTC Evo. Oh, I'm hearing myself.
Oh, we've got Dean's in here now.
Dean, can you put down the yeah, I think you did it. They might have been too early with limited viewing angles and depth of field. The Nintendo 3DS also had a 3D earlier. I love the 3D on the Nintendo 3DS, man. Mine is kind of busted. Like I had the new 3DS and that the advanced 3D or whatever doesn't work that well on it. I think it's broken or something. I want to actually get a new one. But yeah,
So
this
yeah, the
thing
end
is
of the day,
amazing.
Star Wars is a crap series of films. Oh, hi Dean, how you doing, man?
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yes. What's up, Dean? Everybody.
How's it going? All right, so let me know when y'all are ready for me to explain the Leia scene.
Go ahead.
I know that I'm jumping in midway through. I know that y'all been talking about Star Wars. Me and my buddy have been watching football.
Go ahead.
Um,
Go ahead.
Let me just
Wait,
come
no,
to
but I have to
the-
know. Do you like it or do you don't like it?
So let me preface it this way. I'm a Star Wars nerd. I am happy just to have Star Wars back. Like, that's how ecstatic I'm about, because originally George Lucas was to the point that we were never going to get this trilogy in the first place. So I'm happy just to have it. So let me preface that first.
Yeah.
But did I like it? It could have been done way better. This is me rationalizing why it was acceptable, because I'm bringing in science into this. So first off, let's start with, what is space? Space is the absence of nothing. If you had an immovable force, which the force can be, you can send yourself flying. Whether you are good with the force or not, since space is the absence of nothing, I could be
there's no
very weak with the
resistance there.
force. Exactly. So basically, Leia, we never know that. We've always known Leia was force sensitive and had the force, but we never knew how strong it was. But regardless, in space, the absence of nothing, you could be extremely weak with the force but still fly, because the force can do anything. It is an immovable object, even in space. So that's why it's acceptable, because if there was a wall in front of me in space and it was immovable and I were to push off of it, no matter if I poked it, jumped off of it, or anything, I would go flying the other direction.
Okay, yeah, all right, I accept that. But how did the Force allow her to breathe in space?
She's really good at swimming.
The thing is this also, when it comes to life in space, there are a lot of hypotheses. I don't know how you say that, but of what exactly would happen to a living organism in space. But really, nobody knows. You know why? Because no one's ever actually done it. No one's actually died in space. No one's ever sent a monkey in space and just let it out of the, of the vacuum chamber. Like, no one's actually ever done that to a living animal. So they don't know exactly what would happen. They have a lot of hypotheses about what would happen to a organic body, but they actually don't know exactly what it would look like. So
Andrew,
yeah,
you're gonna need to be careful here. You're gonna get a strike from PETA this time. You need to be careful.
For PETA, all right. No, but I'm just saying that's never been explained. Yeah. So we don't know what exactly the human. So
you can kind of simulate and come to a conclusion. The absence of any substantial amount of oxygen, you are going to be able to breathe. So.
Oh yeah,
Right.
for sure. I'm just saying, like you have to. There's a suspension of disbelief there. First of all, because it's a science fiction film, but there's also because it's not like scientists could say, nope, she would die in this amount of seconds, or they would die in that. Like, really, nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that you can point to concretely that would say she wouldn't survive for X amount of time. they could, you know, maybe someone would go up there and they would die instantly. Nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So again, the problem there though is space is proven to be sub-zero though. That has been proven, and we've proven the human body can freeze. So regardless, she should have died from freezing. But again, the Force is a unknown substance to our world, saying it's a real thing, even though most likely it's not. But I'd love it to be. But it's a unknown force, and
Yeah.
because it's the absence of nothing, science kind of proves us, because you bring in mythology here, that it is possible she was able to survive that whole scene. I don't like the scene, but I had to, as you guys can kind of see, I rationalized the whole thing so I could kind of be happy with it, I guess you could say.
I wish the Force was real too, so I could do this. Dean Starr, send me your Daemon X Machina special edition. Send it to me now.
I mean, that's
Oh,
fair
so now
enough.
you want it? I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, I want the special edition. Yeah.
I mean, that's fair enough. You know,
Actually,
rationalize it.
to be honest with you, look on eBay. A few of the special editions have made it to America, and some scalpers were trying to sell it for more than it was worth, and they're actually losing money on it. Like, there was a buy now with free shipping. I saw it for $88.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay, cool.
yeah, when you start searching when you want to buy it, keep an eye out for that. I would definitely check eBay
Doesn't
for
it
the
come
collector's
with
edition.
Doesn't it come with a little like a little figurine?
Yeah, it comes with the statue and the steel case. And honestly, it's one of the best collector's editions I've had out of the Switch life.
All right, I'm sold on it. I'm gonna get it.
One thing I'm going to ask, right, and this is kind of related to Star Wars, I guess, and it always gets me when people have an absolute answer when we don't have an answer. Again, like you said, Coloco, we can only theorize. Does space go on forever?
It's
Oh.
ever expanding, and even Star Wars dictates that it's ever expanding. That's why there's the Outer Realm.
Does it go on forever, or is there something after space?
I don't know. I mean, I think it does. It goes on for infinity. I think so. I think the concept of infinity as human beings, we can't comprehend it. Just like a bug can't comprehend Facebook or YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because it's outside of its limits to comprehend something like that. So for us, it's outside of our limits to comprehend when we think of infinity, we're like, our minds just crash. Like, because we can't think of forever being and forever will be. We can't comprehend that.
I mean, in my lifetime, we're never going to find out. And the other thing, this really annoys me when people say, answer, like, are we, right, what is it? There's something like 800 billion trillion stars in our galaxy alone, right? Or our universe. Ours. Are you that narrow-minded to believe that Earth is the planet with not just life, but intelligent life on it? Billion, trillion.
I don't know. I
You think Earth is the only one that managed to line up with a moon and the sun just far enough away not to hurt us, but to sustain life? One that just managed to happen to.
That's a very touchy subject. I would say
you'd have to say we're the only planet, but you know.
What's that?
If you're someone who believes in God, then more often than not, they would say, yes, we are the only planet with intelligent life. God created us. No, he never. Prove it.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
You've got is a Bible.
See, I don't think that there's no way we're the only intelligent life in the entire, like, heck, the Area 51 thing is going on right now. Come on.
Yeah. And nothing's coming of it.
I don't believe Area 51's ever developed anything from space. We know they developed I can't remember the name of it, the aircraft that could fly almost at the atmosphere until a Russian missile got fired, and somehow miraculously a missile that could only go to 40,000 feet went to 62,000 feet and shot it down. I I don't think they've ever had any alien technology there. I really don't. Absolutely wrong.
Let me hold on. Let me use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
If aliens visited us, I
think they would have had to visit or something.
I think there's too many credible people that have seen it who have nothing to gain and everything to lose by coming out and saying what they've seen, like pilots, air traffic controllers, people in the army, high up people. Why would they just come out and say it? Because they're going to be ridiculed. They're going to be called whatever. So they've got, I just think there's too much evidence. Are they visiting us? I don't know. It's been going on so long. Surely they know everything about us by now. So why are they not making contact? Actually, not just to the governments, in secret. Why are they not making themselves to the world? Maybe they think we're just too. We're not advanced enough to understand. I don't know.
What?
I mean, so I have to assume, based on your accent, I have to assume that you are from a different country. I have to assume the UK or Australia,
No,
based on what I'm hearing.
he lives in Alabama.
No.
Moving forward, I'm
Born-
from the UK. Yes, I'm from England.
So, how do you feel about our current government, from your standpoint? Without getting political, I'm just asking, how do you feel?
I even before he was president, I did not like Donald Trump. I can't really comment because my country is probably in much more of a mess than yours. We don't even have a government at the moment.
So, in your questioning why they wouldn't want to trust our intelligence, that's all I'm saying.
I get where you're going there. All right, yeah, but I mean, all right, the president before Trump, who was that? That was Obama.
Obama. Yeah.
Actually make a difference to America, and I guess he did in some ways. But anyway, okay, look, all right, there must have been a president who, was universally liked by most Americans and was quite intelligent.
There really isn't actually in history. Like, unfortunately, there's not one off the top of my head.
God. All right, I don't know then. But yeah, I mean, my country hasn't even got a government. The government suspended government. Trump, the president in the, I don't think he'll be re-elected. So who's running for
I'm not even trying to
presidency-
get political with it. I'm just asking, I just want to point out, would you want to show yourself to the current world? That's all I'm asking.
If it was Trump representing the world, he just comes across sometimes as a blithering idiot. But I'm pretty sure behind everything he does, it's very calculated because he's a very intelligent man. I mean, look where,
He is. There's a reason why he's the president of the United States.
Yeah, everything he does is calculated and, it's done for a reason. Isn't he one of the first presidents to really use Twitter to, talk to people and stuff like that? I mean, like I said, I don't think he'll be re-elected with too many Americans in one way or another. But to answer your question,
anything could happen, man. Anything could happen. Anybody could get elected. Anybody could get re-elected.
I don't know enough about America to know who else is running.
Did you not hear that, Coloco? Sorry, I'm so used to the old channel. But Andrew, did you not hear that Andrew nominated himself for president? He's now running.
Yeah. I hereby decree that everyone must buy Nintendo Switch Online.
It's worth it now after SNES.
It's
if you ask
amazing,
me.
man.
Also, if y'all want to join, me and my buddy are sitting here playing Smash Bros. I don't know how deep you are into Risk of Rain, but if you want to join, we can set something up. He's fairly new. He's over here looking at me like I'm crazy, inviting y'all to join.
Hang on.
But
I think
Stitch says for a long time I thought Mark was Australian. You son of a. and then he says Jack Strap for president.
Jack Strap.
Straight.
So you don't know who? So you didn't ever see my Jack Strap things, Mark, on my other channel?
I have done. I just can't remember then.
They're pretty terrible. They're pretty terrible. Let's see one of them, and then I'll.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Clocked It?
It's Clocked It.
Oh.
What's up, buddy? I've been meaning to look at your Link's Awakening. I know you did an unboxing. I want to see it because you guys, I think, have a little bit of a different version than we did, as far as the special edition.
Yes, that's another special edition at Amazon. They
Theirs
cancelled.
is so much better than ours.
Always, and that's what I tell them.
No,
Mark,
it's
always.
not always.
Always.
No, it's not. Sometimes America gets something that we don't. So no, we don't always get the best stuff. No.
In this case, wow, I'm already out. But in this case, Link's Awakening Special Edition from the UK, I'm importing that one because it's that much better. Like it was even
says we get a steel book and a different box.
And then also the Nintendo store. The thing that I know that you think that you may get the best, but trust me, as Andrew said when you told him Dean Starr, and it was the collectionist. I have a huge Nintendo Switch collection, and I import stuff from the UK all the time because it is that much better than the American version. Like I imported Smash Bros. I wish I could import Luigi's Mansion special editions, but Nintendo UK only delivers to America, or not to America, sorry, to the UK. So I couldn't import it over to America. So like you get all these plus editions. So I think for Luigi's Mansion, there's like a Boo ghost lamp that we don't even for free with a reserving, just pre-ordering from Nintendo UK store for $6, and I think that's 50 pounds or so. If you pre-order for 50 pounds, Boo lamp or like a question box lamp for free with your pre-order. We get nothing like that.
Nothing.
Which I find very strange because when it comes to like online stuff and that, Nintendo of America and Nintendo UK and Nintendo of Europe have no say in what happens. That's back in Kyoto. And yet when it comes to special editions, it's like, well, each region can decide what you're going to do. It should be worldwide. It shouldn't be down to Nintendo of America, Nintendo UK or whatever to sort out special editions. It should be for everyone. And I don't know why it's not.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Did you ever see these? What you seeing on screen now? The real news? Your local news? Did you ever see those?
I think I must have done, yes, because I'm subscribed to that channel. I must have done.
It's like, I guess this is the less cringiest out of them all.
Super fighting robot
So bad.
Mega Man.
It's so bad.
Oh, that haircut.
And now, with your local news, Jack Strap.
I don't know if that's it. I don't know if it's the shrimp I had this morning, but I got a serious case of the bubble guts right now. Welcome to your local news. Jack Strap reporting.
You don't have
It
to see
says
it anymore.
real news was amazing.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's.
Do you
Those
not
things-
every now and then incorporate that into this channel?
I guess I could. It's just really. It's honestly kind of tough to write a script like that and to like. I don't know, to maintain something like that. It's tough. It's tough to do that. Maybe I don't know. It's.
So it's not out of the question. It's not a yes, but it's not off the
Junior
tape.
says bring him back.
See?
Yeah, I might bring him back. I don't know. Yeah, Clocked It. We get a steel book and a different box. Dang it.
I'm trying to work out how to delete Stitch.
let me get,
that was
And that box is That box there is way better too. And with Pokemon, you get the steel case. We don't when you get the duo pack. We don't get
Oh,
that here.
it's not my fault. It's you know
It's
what
your
I mean?
fault. It's your fault.
All your fault.
Of America. Like I said, all these limited editions should be worldwide. I don't believe in one region
Oh, I'm not
getting
gonna argue
big.
that one.
Now, do you guys
But at the same
get
time-
oh, do you guys get sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All I was
Do you
gonna say
guys
is
get
at the same
the,
time.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
At the same time, I'm happy that we don't get everything, solely because I don't have enough money to make it where I can get everything.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's too much, man. We need like second and third jobs. Do you guys get stuff like this if you pre-order through like Amazon or whatever? Like a little. I mean, it's not much, but it's a cool little poster. Or not Amazon, GameStop. You guys have GameStop over there, right?
We used to have
EV game.
Well, I guess there's still some, but the one near me shut down. Game.
Oh, it's just called Game?
Yeah, I don't know who owns it or if it's Game, but the one near me diversified from just games and started selling, like, they would buy tablets and phones and things like that, and then sell them, and then it just shut down.
Oh, GameStop used to do that too, and then they stopped doing that. I think they stopped doing that. Let's get
One of
on,
the bigger
let's get
ones
on some
over here
Smash.
now.
Give me a minute. I'm gonna grab the Smash cart.
Yeah, but we have a chain of stores over here called CEX, Computer
You
Exchange.
got this. Especially use your B button.
Electronics Boutique was better known worldwide. EB, yeah. Yep. Near me now. Like I say, Game shut down about 6 months ago. I don't have any gaming stores near me, so it's Amazon, really. Is the time over here. It is 10:10 in the evening. Means I guess it's around 5:10 for Coloco. What is the next game everyone's getting?
All right, let's play some Smash. You want to play some Smash, Mark, or no? Not really.
No, you already, like I told you a few streams ago about me and fighting games.
Oh,
I've got
that's
it. I
right.
don't have it installed. I played it for maybe 2 or 3 hours and then realized, I should have realized before, how crap I am at fighting games.
I mean, I'm not great. I wouldn't say I'm even good at it or halfway decent at them, but they're fun.
I'm not that good at it either. I just play it for fun. Like, Andrew, I know that you think I'm good. I'm not good at all.
Yeah.
Clocked it says, yep, I'm going to shoot off up early tomorrow and head into a games market. I'll try not to spend too much. You have a good stream.
Oh, thanks,
Nice.
Clocked It. Appreciate it, man.
Try-
Anybody that's not subscribed to him, subscribe to him, man. He's got good content. He updates a lot.
Guy talks sense, makes good points, and he makes good
Mhm.
videos. And try to pick up some awesome games at the games market. Clocked it.
What does that mean though? Games market, like a flea market for games, or just
Kind of, yeah.
Oh man, that's cool. What was that other? What was that?
I want that here.
Yeah, right. Me too. What was that other? Before Electronics Boutique, there was Funcoland. You remember Funcoland? Anybody?
I have never heard of that.
Yeah, Funcoland. When I was little and I had no money and all I could do was just like dream of buying games, you used to be able to get a free basically like I wouldn't say it was a pamphlet. It was kind of like a mailer that you just got from them, and it would describe every game and its current value. Like, and I would just spend hours just looking at all the NES games that they had and how much they were if you wanted to get them. Like NES games, Super NES, like that. Like they, and I guess that was like, I think even before Electronics Boutique, Funkoland was huge. Hold on.
No, we never had that over here.
They might still be around. The company behind used video games. The story of Funkoland, a retailer that made the used video game market a thing, and how GameStop, which bought Funko, sort of be that mission. Today in Tedium. In an era where digital storage is basically unlimited and space is running out by the second, there's still a basic charm to physical objects that we've yet to really lose. Video games are great, except blah, 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 blah.
Does anyone here, or have you ever used a VPN?
Yes, I've used it.
Yes.
Right, because I'm really annoyed, but then I was online with someone earlier, a friend of mine, Mike from America, and he said something to me, and I'm like, maybe that's why. Right, I have like 3 or 4 Android TV boxes. I've got my gaming PC and my NVIDIA Shield TV, right? And a few weeks ago, I thought, right, I'm going to get a VPN because the internet service providers in the UK are now blocking anything that looks for, I don't know, films or TV shows or anything like that. Anyway, so I got a VPN, and all my devices are connected by Ethernet, right?
Right.
Launch the VPN and connect to a server in America or wherever, the Ethernet is cut out. It loses connection. Wi-Fi, it doesn't lose the Wi-Fi signal. And my friend earlier said, yeah, that's probably because with an Ethernet connection, the VPN can't assign you a new IP because it's a constant connection or something like that. It's a hardline connection, whereas with a Wi-Fi connection, it can assign you a new IP somewhere else. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense because isn't the IP tied to the modem, not the type of connection from the modem? Isn't it IP comes from the modem, not what the wireless connection from the modem and then the Ethernet connection from the modem.
The VPN assigns you a new IP. Like if I connect to a server in America, I'm connecting to I use Nord VPN. It's assigning me a Nord VPN server in America. Actually, and say, does it only work with Wi-Fi? Because every device, doesn't matter what, if my NVIDIA Shield TV cuts out the connection if it's Ethernet.
That's weird. No, the times I used it, I used to use it to I would buy the MLB package to watch the Tampa Bay team here. But what's stupid about that is wherever you buy the package, you can't watch your home city's team. So like if you're in New York and you buy the MLB package, if you lived in New York, you can't watch New York teams. You can only watch every other team but your team. It's so stupid because they wanted you to watch it. They wanted you to buy a cable service and watch the games through there.
Oh, right.
So what I had to do was get a VPN and say that I'm watching like in Hawaii or something, and then I could watch the games. But I never had a problem like that. I would use wireless connection. I never had a issue like that. But I don't know if I use Nord. I know that's the most popular one now, or at least one of the most.
I did try at first IP Vanish because they were doing like a 2 or 3 day free trial. Happened with that, and I thought, okay, fair enough. So I went with Nord, paid up front £10 for a month, and it's like, okay, happens with this one as well. Brilliant.
So Stitch says, I remember hearing about Funkoland. I would have dreams about what it's like. Never got to go or actually see it. Me neither, but I did get these little mailers. And you see they had like the Nintendo games and they had the prices. And it was just fun just to go through them and just see what they had, the different. I mean, this is like so. I feel like this is so archaic. I feel like a 90-year-old person talking about this because I was literally looking at just the list of names of games. Like I wasn't even looking at pictures. I was just looking at names of games and just imagining what they could be like. Oh, Dragon Warrior. I wonder what that's like. You fight dragons and you're a warrior like that. Like it was so cool though, man. Like I never actually went to the store, but yeah. What? Really original content in a sea of clones. Yeah, clocked it is good stuff. Sea of clones is right, man. Everybody's kind of, I mean, to each his own, you know. But and even that like, and I had to self analyze a lot because I'll like make stuff and then I'll go back and see like like you know what really opened my eyes was I was watching, I think it was Smash JT. You guys know who Smash JT is, right?
No. I'm
Yeah, we
guessing
do.
they're a Smash player or YouTuber.
Yeah, he's always on the Spawncast or whatever, or at least sometimes, I don't know. But he has this thing which is really cool, by the way. He like he just sits there and streams going to different people's channels and critiquing their channel, which on the one hand, it's really cool because you're having other people that are really small, so you know, helping out the community basically. But on the other hand, it's like critiquing someone else's channel. Like I would never be able to do that because what if like that person blows up and like becomes the next like million sub, and then you're there like telling them like, no, you're doing the things that are wrong. Let people do the way, you know what I'm saying? Like let people do whatever they want to do, because if you're going to blow up, it's completely random, has nothing to do with your content. I've seen people that literally sit in front of the camera and eat. That's all they do is just eat, and they have like 200,000 subscribers. Like it makes no sense. You know what I mean? But that opened my eyes because like every person, and there was like you know, every person he would go by was doing the same exact thing, and I'm like, is that how people see my channel when they click on it? Like, oh, it's just another guy doing the same thing or someone else doing the same thing. You know, I'm like, ooh. I didn't like
Exactly.
that.
When you eat on your channel, dude, it just bothers me so
Yeah.
much.
When I eat Switch carts on my channel, does it bother you?
Exactly. When you take a knife and fork to the Switch cartridge, I'm just sitting there like, what are you doing?
Oh. I forgot how bad they taste. Oh.
Did you really just taste one?
Yeah.
He
Oh.
did.
I don't have YouTube up right now, so like all I'm
Yeah, that's bad. I forgot how bad that was. Oh, wait. It finished. I mean, it's important to also just not try to do anything in life just to have people, just for clicks or just to have people
No,
like your
you
stuff.
should be doing it because you want to do it. You
Right.
enjoy or love
You
doing
gotta
it, and
enjoy
it
it, yeah.
doesn't matter whether you've got 5 views or 500,000 views.
Right. Which is also why I find that wrong to critique someone, because that's saying like, you know, the thing that you like doing that you just have fun doing it. Yeah, you're doing it wrong. It's like, no, man. Like if they enjoy doing that, you know, and they, whatever it is that they're doing with their content, you know, let it be. Just let it be. There's nothing. It's cool that he does that. It brings attention to small channels, but that's the only part where I'm like, the whole critiquing aspect is what I have an issue with. You know.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. It's like I was going to once once this has stopped. Well, it won't stop hurting, but in a few days, I was going to actually record a couple of videos for my channel. I'd have to stop again for a couple of weeks when I have the nerves removed, and it's going to be stitched again. So I don't know whether to do that, come back for like a week, and then be off again for 2 or 3 weeks, and then come back properly, or just not come back at all 4 or 5 weeks.
Isn't that no, you got to come back. You can't just not come back at all. Isn't that sense?
I will come back, but if I don't come back next week or something, I wouldn't be back for say 5 weeks. got to head out later, guys. Thanks for turning up, Stitched, and I'm sure I'll get over the I thought he was from Australia comment.
All right, hey,
But,
I
yeah.
appreciate you coming by, Stitched. Take it easy, man. Thanks for coming by.
Look on your friends list, Stitch, because I deleted you.
I'm gonna get one more.
No, I'm joking, obviously. Costume, Sans outfit. Oh, a mask. Okay.
I'm not even a Undertale fan, but I just want to play him because everybody. Oh, Goemon though. Okay, I'm gonna get 0. I have to get 0 first. See, and people say these gold points are for nothing. Look at that. I wouldn't be able to get these things without it.
Yeah. I use my gold points all the time, man.
It's awesome.
I will be heading out in about 10 minutes because I have to try and get some sleep because, like I say, Mum's home tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
And
What time is it
man,
over there?
nearly 10:30,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I've got to clean the house before she gets back. Jeez.
So
Stitched.
Go ahead, Digital.
No. I was just reading a comment off the chat.
So I made the biggest mistake ever with gold points. Back when Nintendo first started their switching from the way that they did kind of gold points, because you used to get 12 gold points a game back in the day when you only had the My Nintendo store.
Oh,
I was afraid that they were going to devalue gold points when actually they increased the value. But the day before they switched over to basically every dollar, every pound being worth basically a penny, or I'm sorry, I don't know what the equivalent to a penny is.
It's a penny.
At UK. Say that again?
Penny.
Okay. But basically, the day before, I like freaked out and I went through every game I had that, like, just in case I never applied, and got the gold points for. And I only got 12 gold points for like 20 games that I didn't know what they were worth. And then the next day, all of a sudden, they increased the value rather than lower.
Oh no!
So all of a sudden, I lost out on basically 48 cents for 28 games.
You didn't try to call.
Wow.
You didn't call Nintendo, and.
There wasn't a reason. There wasn't a reason to. I'm the one who screwed up.
Oh yeah, but.
Oh yeah,
man.
but
They would
one
have helped you
day.
out. I think so. Yeah. They're pretty
Like, it
good,
was just
actually.
one of those things. I was
And
just
that's
like,
gutting.
oh, I need to hurry up and get all my gold points for the 12 cents. And then the next day it's 60 cents. And I'm like, son of a.
That I would have been gutted, man. Jesus, I would. Wow.
Are you on right now, Dean? Are we friends?
Yes. Right now, me and my buddy are playing one of the local matches. He wanted to do one more before.
Oh, gotcha.
Being online, being streamed.
All right, I'll make one then. Wait.
Talking of gold points, there's one thing that really annoys me about Nintendo, and I don't think it's solely just Nintendo, is how you get the gold points or how much you get. For a physical game, you get, I believe it's 1% of the value of that game. For digital, you get 5%.
10%.
Mm-hmm.
You get 10%. Yeah, you get 10% and then 15% with digital.
Right. Surely digital is
No,
cheaper
you don't
to
get.
So,
Dean, you don't get 10%. You get 1% for physical. So if it's a $60 game,
you're right.
Yeah, you get.
You're right.
60
And you
cents.
get yeah. See, the only thing that I'm not upset about by that though is they don't even have to do that for us. It's a corporation, and
Exactly.
corporations are always going to be the evil part of the world because all they care about is money and not about how they treat their consumer. But they don't even need to do that, so I'm okay with it.
No, they don't have to. I absolutely agree. The fact that they chose to, and I get less. A physical copy, I get less reward than if I bought it digitally. Digitally is cheaper to produce because there's no carts involved, there's no shipping or anything. So they are rewarding you less for more for digital than they are for physical. And I love my physical copies. I don't know. Maybe they could offer exactly the same, whether it's digital or physical.
Or do
I
you
would
have
be
to
okay with that.
See,
I guess.
I think it's an incentive for people to try to convince them to go digital, and I think that's the whole reason why. Because you have people like me, and it sounds like you. I wasn't sure if you prefer digital or not based on the name, to be honest with you.
No, yeah.
But so you have literally you have to assume I love physical because, as I said earlier, Andrew called me the collectionist because that's my Twitter handle. Everything, if I can't get it physical, I will sometimes ignore an indie game because it doesn't deserve my money, in my opinion. And I feel like it's just trying to incentivize, like, here's $3 rather than 60 cents if you buy this game digitally. But I think I'd rather pay the extra $2.40 so I can at least have the ability to resell the game if I want to, keyparts if I want to.
Yeah, and you're probably right. They are trying to get people to try digital and even completely go over to digital. And yeah, my name, Digital Age Gaming. Yes, it would imply that, but it's just the fact that we live in a digital age and it's gaming. But out of my 404 games, I think I'm looking now. Probably about 50 are physical and the rest are digital, which is really depressing, man. Really depressing.
That is because I have like 200 games, and I want to say mine is about 60% physical. That's only because I'm addicted to limited run super rare games. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't own half the indie games I do.
That's fair enough. It, I wish I had more physical, and some of that is I buy the game digital. It's now available physical, and it's like son of a. And I have
hate that,
double dipped
yeah.
a few times, about 5 or 6 times. I have double dipped just to get that physical copy, but it just works out too expensive, man. It's like I can't keep doing it. But if Risk of Rain does come out physical, I will get that physical just to have that cartridge. It's
Depending on
um,
the edition, what they add to it, I'll get it too. Because I'm not really that much of a collection collection guy. But Risk of Rain 2 is such a great game. I'll support it again.
And Risk of Rain 2 is getting a physical edition, at least here in America. On a side note, Andrew, did you make a arena? Because me and my buddy are now ready to join it.
Well, no, I had to get out to download the sands and stuff. So wait.
Oh,
Okay.
Nintendo says, "What's the arena ID?"
Oh, give me 1 second. I had to download the. Ooh, this is cool. Wait, I gotta make my guy first. Sorry, I didn't realize you had to do all this.
We're gonna play one more then. Let me know when it's ready, and we'll just back out of this match real quick.
Okay. Go back. Wait. Oh, here we go. Sand mask. This is kind of cool though, man, that they did this. What is
It does look cool. That does look really good.
color? Change the color of what? Oh, his. Oh, it's not really changing the color of anything.
Let me have a look.
No.
I can't see what it's changing.
Yeah, me neither. For some reason, I thought they were more expensive, the little Mii fighters, but they're only 75 cents. That's not bad. That's a microtransaction I could get behind.
Yeah, it's less than $1. Do you know what I mean? It's gone after. Right, I'm going to head out.
Okay, buddy.
And
Thanks, Mark.
Try and get some sleep. Come on, as usual. Meet you, by the way.
Nice meeting you also. It sounds like your name's Mark. Nice to meet you, Mark.
And oh, my Switch isn't on. I was going to put my friend code in there. But yeah, at some point, if you wouldn't mind if I added you on Switch, Dean.
Oh yeah, go right ahead. And then you can basically me and Coloco Look, I call you both, Andrew. You can probably find us pretty easily through his chat also, because me and him tweet at each other a fair amount. It's Dean Switch on Twitter also.
Okay, let me just phone quickly before I jump off Twitter. Okay, let me search. So it's.
I've never even tried the VR mode. Did you guys try it on here?
Word, Dean Switch.
VR is actually pretty cool.
All right. Smash, right?
Switch. Find it. Is it all one word or is there an underscore?
It should be at Dean Switch. That's it. Oh, Switch Dean. I'm sorry, I have it backwards.
Right, Switch. Switch. The collectionist. Got you.
Yep.
You sound like a bad guy, like a villain, like a
Me?
Batman villain. The collectionist. All right, I'm ready.
I will.
We'll join right now.
As soon as I find my friend code, Dean, I will.
Arena ID. How do I get?
We'll send it to you on Twitter.
I think.
Q Junior Nintendo, you take care as well. Yeah, so I'm out. Again,
All right,
Kirko,
buddy.
thank you.
Thanks
Come
a
on.
lot, man. Always welcomed here.
And
enjoy the rest of your night.
And both of you enjoy the rest of the stream. And those in chat, have a great stream. And I will catch up with you both very shortly. Take care.
See you.
Sounds good.
Bye. Disconnect from Discord. Fantastic. Oh, there. See you later.
See you. So I don't know how this works.
Let me see if I can create one real quick.
I think you just search for friends who have hit the left super part. The left super part.
It says that you haven't made one yet, though. Let me join YouTube real quick, just see what you're looking at also. Whenever I'm on YouTube and this at the same time, it always, I hear both with a little bit of delay. So I always only listen to the Discord when I'm on one.
Oh, arena settings. It says arena name Coloco.
Oh, no, you haven't made. Let me see if I can join now.
Stock, time limit. Do we want items on or off?
No friend. Up to you. But
All right.
I'm also not seeing you online though. Is it officially made?
Yeah.
I'm really not seeing it. I'm literally looking at join arena, friends arenas.
And
no arenas.
Are you sure we're friends? Oh, here we go. The
looking
ID. The ID is GM5G6.
Oh, GM5G6. Let
Yeah.
me do that real quick. That's why I'm only just trying to. You made an arena ID.
I don't know. I don't know what I did, man.
5G. Did you say GM5G6?
GM5G6.
Okay, that time I found it. For some reason, it's not showing up underneath my friends though, even though we are friends. Like it tells me you're playing Smash on the Switch screen.
Batman is in Fortnite. Huh. Oh, it's Nintendo. Oh my goodness. What is going on, man? Dr. Zeno, Dean. Oh, we got a full house. I'm gonna go with 0.
I'm gonna start off with Banjo.
Go home.
Exactly.
Ready?
Banjo's like overpowered, but not overpowered at the same time because if you run out of his special side move, your SOL and that life is basically thrown away. I don't know if you've
Really?
used Banjo yet.
No, I
Yeah,
haven't. I
you only
haven't
get
used them yet.
like 5 or 6 of the special move. That's the special move that I just used right there.
Wow. Okay, I'm not used to this guy.
Ooh, there's some lag. There's a lot of lag. Oh no!
What is this? What is that even? Why does he do that? What? This is terrible. Things are not going good for me. I see what you mean.
Oh, that was a good dodge.
Oh my goodness! What was that? Is that his? Is that one move people keep complaining about with Hero?
That I'm not sure about. I haven't played this in forever. Like Banjo is actually what brought me back into this game.
Are you a Banjo-Kazooie fan?
Oh yeah, I love Banjo. Except for I'm awful with him in this game, especially with just a little bit of lag throws me off. But yeah, Hero, people are say that he's overpowered. In my opinion, he's difficult to use. Because literally, as you just saw, Dr. Zeno, he had to pause and pick his move
Yeah.
without Junior Nintendo being able to affect him.
Uh.
So in my opinion,
Oh,
he's
you can
difficult to use
do
for
that.
me. Yeah, and then you only get a certain amount of MP you can use with Hero. For me, he's not a character that I like, but in my opinion, I'm awful with him. But people that really get to know how to use him, he is overpowered. If you become really good with him, he's
Yeah.
OP.
But that's, I don't know, man. I feel like that's
But
like,
you have to train.
yeah, I feel like that's the case with a lot of characters though. Like I still think Little Mac is in the right hands. It's like a ridiculously overpowered. Like we have a friend that's really good with him, and he's like unstoppable with Little Mac, man.
Oh, you put Little Mac on the Bridge of Eden or whatever, the Twilight Princess
Yeah.
stage? Unfair.
Yeah, it's
Unfair.
unfair. Yeah, yeah. If he gets knocked off, yeah, his recovery stinks. That's the first one out of there. Haven't played in a long time, and I suck, so that's not good.
Y'all go ahead and play this match real quick. My buddy's headed out, so let me walk him out real quick.
Okay. All right. Let me. I'm gonna continue on with Zero. I gotta get good. Oh, we can't play. We can't play if he doesn't. Oh, he's just gonna go. He's just gonna hit the. Okay. Cool. It's the greatest fighting game ever made. It's one of the greatest games ever made, period. You kidding me? I could be Zero in a game? Forget it.
Okay.
Oh!
I still have 1 life left.
Wait, so no one was playing for you?
No. I had to walk out real quick. Basically, me and my buddy have been watching college football since like 10 a.m. this morning.
Oh. How? I've never understood that, man. Like, college football, like, even regular football, like, I kind of get it. You know, obviously, sports, you know, you got your team and you got your play. But with college football, don't I mean, isn't it always, like, new players, like, almost every year?
And that's why it's better. Exactly why it's better. Because, in my opinion, college football is better solely because than NFL. That is because the players are actually trying still, because they want to make those millions of dollars. A lot of players will fizzle out as soon as they get to the NFL because they've
Yeah.
already made their millions and they don't care anymore. And that's why I enjoy college football more, because it's always a new face, and then it's not like, let's say, I'm a huge baseball fan also. So let's say
Who do you
like
like?
you have the Braves.
Oh,
Huge
dude,
Braves
they're
fan.
oh man, they're doing great. They clinched.
I know. I was actually at their when they clinched last year. I was actually there, but last year we were just kind of like, we knew we were getting kicked out first round of the playoffs.
So wait,
Um,
do you live in Atlanta? What the?
no, I'm in North Carolina, but
Oh, okay.
that's only like a 4-hour drive from Atlanta
Right.
for where I am.
Have you been to the new stadium?
Oh yeah, I was there last year. I think you actually commented on my post, because last year I tweeted one of my few things gaming related, and it was when like the catch that clinched the playoff berth last year. I was at that game and I filmed that and put it on Twitter, and I think you, Ray Cabana,
Oh yeah.
on that. I was hoping that I can make it this year, but it's always unpredictable whenever they're going to clinch.
Yeah, I still remember one of the greatest years was when the Rays clinched and I think that was the year the Braves had it and they lost it. Oh no, I thought it was someone else. No. You know what I'm talking about? It was 2011 and it was like literally the last night of the baseball season, and the Rays, it was down to the Rays and the Red Sox for the American division, and the Braves and someone else, and I think they failed or they clinched. I forget what it was.
We lost to the Cardinals, and the Cardinals knocked us out of contention, but it was the year that we were like supposedly guaranteed to make the playoffs, and then we screwed up September. We went like 8-20 or something like that.
Yeah.
And we got kicked out of playoff contention. No, yeah, I remember that. You're just rubbing salt in the wound right now.
Sorry, but that was an amazing night for baseball altogether, because it was just everything happened like in a span of like 20 minutes. Was like, you know, like it was just insane. Like I was at that Rays game. It was game 162, and they were losing to the Yankees 7-0, and they came back in the 9th inning and tied it up with a home run. And
yeah, no, I remember that.
That was insane, dude. That was insane. But yeah,
wasn't the home run by Longoria at the time? Like that was when Longoria was still there, and it was just.
Yes, but no. Like for the 7th inning tie, for the 9th inning tie, it was a home run by this guy named Dan Johnson, who was a terrible player. He batted like an average of 180, and they threw him in there with 2 strikes. They replaced him. They brought him in, and everybody was like, "What is going on?" And he hit a home run and tied up the game. In the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
And then nobody cared that he was even in the game.
And then at the bottom of the 11th or 12th inning, then Longoria came back and won everything with the home run. But yeah, the Braves, I've been rooting for them for a while. I was at the old Brave Stadium, at the one that it was actually the Olympic Park in the middle of the downtown Atlanta. Yeah, Turner Field. And I thought that was a beautiful, beautiful stadium, man. When I saw they're building a new, I'm like, that's a gorgeous stadium, and it's the middle of downtown. You're putting it now all the way.
And
like,
that's why it was bad, was solely because it was downtown.
yeah. I mean, because of traffic and stuff, or
Traffic. To be honest with you, the crowd that hangs out around downtown, the new stadium is so much better. It also just feels more like a ballpark.
yeah,
Like I love Turner Field, but the SunTrust Park is just something different.
yeah.
Ooh, I gotcha.
You got me.
Wow, the lag is really bad right now. Oh no!
Oh, I got
Oh,
you.
Banjo saved me. Oh, but Banjo killed me. Banjo killed himself.
I got you,
No,
Zeno.
he saved
No,
himself.
stay away. Stay away. I got you. Let's leave it at that.
You just knocked us all off stage. Oh no, I froze myself.
You could do that. You could use your powers against you.
Oh, that has more reach than I was expecting. No, I am jumping. Oh, the lag wouldn't take my up button.
Oh no!
Oh,
What is
boy.
that even? What is that even?
I did not even know that was an attack. I was about to run over there also. I
He
was
just
like,
hit me
nope.
with like a purple spirit bomb. Oh no!
The worst part about that was like slow motion. Okay, I didn't even tell it to do that move.
Oh, you got me.
So I do like knowing that even with all the lag, it's at least pretty real time because I hit you out right when you said you got me.
Yeah.
So I am
yeah.
glad that with the lag that you're reacting at the same time. But it's just like they really need to fix this. They need servers. Like that's really what it comes down to. Not peer to client to client. They need servers.
I don't know. Someone, I think Clock that was here. We were all talking about that because I saw somebody talking about servers and how it doesn't really make a difference. But I don't know, man. I'm not
It makes a little bit of difference. It makes a little bit of difference because you have something else able to help with the operating power. But whoever was speaking that it doesn't, because you have to remember I'm in IT, so I have some knowledge. I'm not going to act like I'm an expert by any means because I make apps, not games.
Oh, that's right.
But a server can do the processing for you. But when it comes down to, let's say, COD isn't going to really need too much because all you actually care about in COD is where are you on the map, so your X and Y coordinates, and then your Z coordinate for if you're in the air or not. That's it. You don't care about anything else, and then you have your hitbox based on that XYZ coordinate. So it's kind of, it matters, but it doesn't matter. But if you had something where it was very
but still, this is
process-oriented.
still a lot better than the Wii U Smash.
Oh yes, easily. But I think the Wii did better than this, if memory serves correct. Of course, when the Wii Smash came out, I wasn't as old as I am now. Can't remember
I don't
how
remember.
old I was when that
I
came
thought I
out.
remember people complaining about the Wii.
I didn't have too much
Brawl.
issues if memory serves correct.
Well, unfortunately,
I just
after
stole
this
somebody's
match,
skill.
After this match, I gotta go.
I hear that. I actually have to head out shortly too, and I was hoping that I wouldn't be the one to break the party. So glad I'm not.
This guy's Addy. What is he? His little happy face. I haven't messed too much with the Mii costumes, but I think I'm gonna start using them more often. They're just a lot of fun.
I don't like the little random attacks that Dr. Zeno is doing from the corners.
Yeah, he's tricky.
They're
He's
wide range
sneaky, man.
attacks too.
He's sneaky, that Dr.
He
Zeno.
just. I got him to kill himself though.
Yeah,
you tried.
you got him.
Tried going for the kill.
That's how you get him.
You tried going for the kill. You can't get all the kills.
Oh no! Did he get? Oh no, he saved himself.
Oh my gosh, this.
I
I,
could
don't
never
even know where I
be-
am right now. There I am.
I could never be a Smash commentator. My brain doesn't work that way. I'd be like, he hit him, and now he hit him to the right,
Well,
and now he knocked him out.
Well, part of the problem is you never know. Oh, 2 for 1.
And they always talk like this. And
Oh,
always
no,
have
I
them
didn't get
attacks
2
it.
for 1.
Nintendo, he killed him, and here goes Ade. He's trying to get back, and he's gonna make it.
It's also like you never know what the lag is actually gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, because I keep feeling like I'm about to land a hit, and then,
Zade from the perimeter. He's shooting in. He doesn't want to confront him. He's in the middle now. Dean's trying to recover. Oh, Dr.
he
Zeno's
lived.
and Dr. Zeno has been eliminated.
I don't like being in the middle.
Monkey in the middle. There's Zaddy with the projectile shots. Trying to capitalize on it.
Oh, I thought oh, dang it.
Dean is eliminated down to Nintendo and Zaddy.
This may have been the best match so far, though, because you had 3. Oh, never mind. Zaddy still has 2 lives.
Yeah.
I thought it was 3 people
Zaddy
with like
still
over
has 2
70 with 1 life.
Nintendo has it. Oh.
Oh. And Kazooie brings him back on stage.
Oh, and
That was a good dodge
game,
and down attack.
the World Championship goes to Zaddy. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun. I
was a
unfortunately
good
have to
final
get
one.
going, but I could continue the stream if I could. 'Cause it's a lot of fun. But thanks to everyone. Thank you, the collection, for stopping by. Thank you, Junior Nintendo. Thank you, Zaddy. Thank you, Dr. Zeno, wherever you are. Oh, I gotta get going. I gotta back out of this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'll leave you guys playing. I'm not going to turn off my Switch, so you guys can continue with this match if you guys want. But I got to end the stream. But thanks a lot to everyone that stopped by. Clocked it. Thanks if I'm stitched. If I'm missing anybody, Junior Nintendo said thanks. Of course, Mark or Digital Age Gaming. All right, guys. Later. Peace.